following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening. Welcome back inside the doghouse here in Baldwin. I'm Bryce Kessler along with Ryan Hilmer. You're watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors and the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Final game before the Christmas break. And the Baldwin boys and girls looking to take care of business tonight against the visiting Tonganoxie Chieftains. Baldwin on the girls' side, 3-2. They're coming off back-to-back losses, looking to right the ship before the break. While Tonganoxie comes into play 1-3 tonight. They also enter on back-to-back losses. On the boys' side later on tonight, it's a battle of unbeaten against a battle of winless, as you get 0-4 Tonganoxie and 5-0 Baldwin coming up in the boys' game later on tonight. So that's what's on tap. We'll take a break, come back, and check out the matchups in this one. We'll look back at what we've seen so far as the Baldwin girls host the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains. Coming up here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show on Baldwin Sports Live. Pregame show brought to you by the Baldwin State Bank. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank at Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. Right back after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Baldwin and Tonganoxie coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live tonight, presented by Hayden Outdoors. We are in the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as the 3-2 Bulldogs take on the 1-3 Tonganoxie Chieftains. Tongi coming off back-to-back losses. Thursday night this last week, they fell at Eudora 51-23. Their three losses have come by 52, 44, and 28 points. So they have had some three pretty substantial losses. They did pick up a win. They defeated 0-4 Atchison 41-28 back on December 6th. So that's their lone victory to this point as they enter this contest at 1-3, and they are looking for their first win over Baldwin in quite some time. Going back through at least 2014, they have never defeated the Bulldogs. Baldwin 9-0 against Tonganoxie on the girls' side since 2014, and it perhaps is even further back than that. That's as far back as I could find, but those wins haven't come in close games really either, as last year's 11-point win for Baldwin, that was the closest in the last 9 matchups. The closest prior to that was 17. The average margin of Baldwin victory has been 29.5 points in this series. So Baldwin is hoping that's a recipe to get them back on track as the Bulldogs come in at 3-2. Losses to Lewisburg and Spring Hill, and neither of them very close in their last 2 games. Friday night losing 55-17 at Spring Hill. Ryan, it was a very rough night all around for the Bulldogs in that one. They didn't score more than 6 points in any quarter. They shot just 20% from the field, and they turned it over officially 18 times. It was a rough night that I'm sure they're ready to just turn the page from and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of those nights that you can just flush that one down the toilet and start over. You don't even watch that game film. You just throw it away, move on to the next game. And fortunately, this is one of those games that's nice to have after a game like that, a team that you've historically beat pretty good and pretty handily, and so it's a winnable game tonight. Obviously not going to be a cakewalk, but the girls got to come out and play better than they did last Friday night, that's for sure.
It's an inexperienced group for Tonganoxie that comes into town tonight. We'll take a look at the matchups when we come back here. The scouting report on the visiting Chieftains. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as Baldwin hosts Tonganoxie to wrap up the pre-Christmas portion of the basketball season. It's all coming up right here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. This is the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Getting you set for Baldwin and Tonganoxie coming up here in moments as we take a look at the scouting report on the visiting Chieftains. We mentioned that they come into this game at 1-3 overall. They are an inexperienced group. There's no doubt about that. They have a lot of talent to replace over the last couple of years, and I think it's fair to say they've maybe been a bit overwhelmed early on in this season, and that's not a knock to them. It's the fact that they're an inexperienced group that has played a schedule that looks like this: 5-0 Lewisburg, 5-0 Wamego, 3-1 Eudora. Those are the 3 of their first 4 games. Those are 3 really good teams. So it has not been an ease into this varsity schedule for a lot of these girls playing at the varsity level for the first time. So probably better than some of their numbers suggest, which right now say they're a 22-point per game scoring team and to give up 50 points per game. I think as the season goes along, this is a team that's going to certainly improve. For Baldwin, the question is how much improvement have they made here in these first 4 games, because they get a team that is a bit reeling coming in, but again, has played a very tough schedule. And Baldwin got up to a great start. They got moved up into the top 10 rankings of the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, but then the other foot dropped, and they suffered a 72-45 loss to Lewisburg, a 55-17 loss to Spring Hill. Baldwin certainly not as poor of a team as the numbers would suggest from those 2 games. But at the same token, they've got to get a get-right game, so to speak. You mentioned this might be the night to do that. And to do that, they're certainly going to need their top scorer, Carly Neufeld, to score some for them. Just 2 points in that game on Tuesday night or on a Friday night. And again, it was just her that was held low. I mean, the leading scorer was Chloe Neufeld with 4 points. Anytime your leading scorer has 4 points, you know it's going to be a tough game to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a tough night for all the girls, especially Carly. When you have your team leader and the girl that you're looking to really take over when things aren't going well, and she just had a really tough night shooting. I think overall the Baldwin Bulldogs just fell in love a little bit with the three-point ball. I think tonight, if that three-point ball is not falling early, I'd like to see them get to the rim a little bit more, get it into Emma K. Lang, and see if we can't get some easy ones and some easy baskets in transition maybe, and then that might open up that three-point land.
Certainly don't want to go into the layoff again. They won't play again until January 6th. That's their first game, and that's against Eudora, so that's going to be a tough one coming out of the break. You don't want to go into that long layoff with the bad taste of 3 straight losses in your mouth. So this is a big game for Baldwin tonight as the girls look to get back in the win column as they host the Tonganoxie Chieftains. We'll take a look at our State Farm Insurance game plan for how they get that job done and get the victory when we come back here on the Baldwin Baldwin State Bank pregame show on Baldwin Sports Live.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to. Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as we get you set for Baldwin and Tonganoxie. Let's take a quick look at tonight's keys to the game. They are brought to you by the Codiano State Farm Insurance Game Plan. Stop by and meet with Cody, have a cup of coffee, and chat about your insurance situation or just chat about life. It's all good. Just sit down and chat with Codiano. We'd love to get to know you and help protect the people and things that you value most. Go see him at State Farm Insurance, 208 Baker Street in Baldwin City, or call 785-594-0270 online at codyismyagent.com. Our game plan tonight for the Bulldogs, movement without the ball. Felt like things got a little bit too stagnant, a little too much standing around and watching on offense in the last couple of games and certainly on Friday. So movement without the ball, a big key for the Bulldogs tonight. And finished those fast breaks, had multiple chances in that Spring Hill game, but they turned it over on all but one of their fast break chances. That's kind of been the bread and butter for how this team has created some offense. You got to be able to get those shots up on the break. Got to finish the breaks. That's our State Farm Insurance game plan brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Cody Anno. Opening tip is coming up when we come back. You've been watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Go online to baldwinstatebank.com for personal service from people who care at the Baldwin State Bank. Lineups tip-off next on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Welcome back inside Baldwin High School as we get set for tonight's opening tip between Tonganoxie and Baldwin. It's time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Do have to make one change here just in a moment for the Tonganoxie lineup, so let me update that for you. Well, that's not what we want. There we go. Okay, here are your starting lineups for tonight's ball game. They're brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look there, the visiting Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains, Alyssa Schoenack, a 5'1 freshman, Emmeline Labino, a 5'4 junior, Mariah Herrera, a 5'2 freshman, and Sage Isaacs, a 5'8 junior, and Mariah Sneed, a 5'11 junior. And for the Baldwin Bulldogs starting lineup tonight, Marin Frost, 5'6 senior, Carly Neufeld, their leading scorer at just under 14 a game, a 5'7 senior. Alyssa Riker, the 5'10 junior, leads the team in rebounds and assists right now, 5.5 boards, 3 assists per game. Carly Toot gets her first start of the season, number 14, a 5'6 senior, and Bailey Smith, the 5'3 junior, rounds out the lineup for the Baldwin girls. Starting lineup brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. You take a look at the upcoming event there at the Lumberyard Arts Center. Go online to lumberyardartscenter.org for all the latest happenings at the Lumberyard Arts Center. Create, play, and innovate at your creative home in Baldwin City, the Lumberyard Arts Center. It is now time for the opening tip as the ball gets set to be tossed in the air. The opening tip-off is brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission. You still have some time, about a week left, a little more than that. I guess 10 days or so to sign up for the Biddy Basketball Youth Clinic for kindergartners through second graders. Go online to Baldwin City or to baldwinrec.org or stop by the office downtown at 705 High Street to get your little ones signed up for the Biddy Basketball Youth Clinic with the Baldwin Recreation Commission. Three-point shot from Neufeld off the mark to start things out for Baldwin tonight, who had a really tough time shooting the ball on Friday at Spring Hill. Shot just 20% overall. They were 0 for 9 from beyond the arc in that game. And we'll see if they can shoot it a little better here in their home gymnasium tonight as they look to right the ship after back-to-back losses. Now 3-2 overall. Tonganoxie coming off of back-to-back losses as well. They sit at 1-3. This is Schoenack from the top of the key, and Tongi knocks down their first 3 of the game. So it is an early lead for the Chieftains on the 3 by the freshman Schoenack. Man-to-man defense for Tonganoxie in this one. Baldwin's been seeing some zone lately. Neufeld coming off a quiet 2-point game, trying to thread that one into Toot, turns it over after an 18-turnover game against Spring Hill, a season high on Friday night. They certainly don't want to see that number get very large again this evening. Schoenack to Herrera of the baseline, and that's 2 trips, 2 buckets for Tonganoxie. The Chieftains have played a tough schedule early on this season. They played 2 unbeaten teams, another 1-loss team. Those are their 3 losses. Their 1 win came over the 0-4 Atchison girls. This is a blocking foul, but they call it on the floor. No basket for Marin Frost. And the foul will be a baseline inbound for Baldwin. It will go against Sage Isaacs her first and the team's first.
That's a nice job, though, from Aaron Frost. Talked about that last game, Baldwin falling in love with the three-point shot a little too much. Need to get to the basket.
And that they do right there. Nice inbound play. Gets Alyssa Reichert a wide open look. And the Bulldogs are on the board here at the 6:01 mark of this first quarter, trailing 5-2.
Obviously, from that last game, the offense needs to improve. Everybody knows that, but everything for Baldwin starts right here on the defensive end. Getting that pressure, forcing some turnovers, getting some easy baskets. So good job so far here this possession.
And that is a double dribble on Herrera, thanks to the pressure put on by Carly Neufeld. And Alyssa Reichert came over to help out as well. This is Lincoln Bennett checking in for Tonganoxie. 5'9" junior enters the lineup, an early substitution for Mitch Loomis. Head coach at the Chieftains, Eric Toot, the head coach for the Baldwin Bulldogs. 5-2 lead for Tonganoxie early on here on the road, looking for their first win in quite some time. In fact, I don't know the last time they beat Baldwin. And on the records that we have, going back through 2014, they have failed to win against the Bulldogs in all 9 of their tries. Here's a foul committed by Labino. That is the second on the Chieftains, first on Labino with 5:19 left to play in this opening quarter and a 5-2 Tonganoxie lead. Reichert has the 1 bucket so far, has that ball knocked loose. And eventually Smith able to get it back for the Bulldogs. Neufeld lines it up at the right wing and drills a 3. So that's a welcome sight for Carly Neufeld to knock down that tray. Was 1 for 7 only from the field against Spring Hill, but hits that 3-pointer to tie this game at 5.
Yeah, not only did Carly need to see that one go down, the whole Baldwin team needed to see that one go down, their team leader.
A steal, and Frost has it stripped off her leg and out of bounds, and that's what we saw too many times in the last couple of games. Fast break opportunities, which is obviously what they want with their pressure defense, but leading to turnovers.
That's a heck of a play by Herrera to hustle back and knock that one off of Frost's knee.
Remain tied at 5 with 4.5 to go in the opening quarter. Now Bailey Smith pokes one free. And Smith is fouled by Shawneck. So free throw opportunity coming up for Bailey Smith to try to make good on the turnover forced. Get some points off turnovers here and try to put Baldwin on top for the first time tonight. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. If you're looking to find your next dream property, or perhaps you're thinking about listing, then go with the best in the business. Shad and Penny Sheldon at Hayden Outdoors. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com or send an inquiry to the email shad@HaydenOutdoors.com or Penny@HaydenOutdoors.com. Emma Kate Lang checks in for Baldwin. She had started the first 5 games of the season for the Bulldogs. She is in replacing Carly Toot, who got the start tonight for the first time. And now Chloe Neufeld will also check in for Baldwin, replacing Frost. So Smith hits the free throws, puts Baldwin on top for the first time this evening. A 7-0 run here from Baldwin after the early 5-0 lead for Tonganoxie.
Once again, that's that constant pressure from Bailey Smith, forcing an early timeout from Tongi.
Timeout, Tonganoxie with 4:21 left to play in the opening quarter, and a 7-5 lead for the Baldwin Bulldogs. I mentioned it is our last game before the break. There is what is upcoming when we come back from the break. January 6th will be the first game back. They'll head to Eudora, then Tuesday and Friday the following week, a pair of home games for Baldwin. Ottawa coming to town on Tuesday, the 10th of January, and the rematch with Lewisburg coming up on Friday, January 13th. You can check out our upcoming broadcast schedule in your weekly newspaper here in Baldwin, the Baldwin City Community News. It's only $5 a month to subscribe, and right now you can get the special $50 for the year. That's 2 months free. The Baldwin City Community News. Stop by downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street to subscribe to get the latest news, opinions, sports, ads, and more of the Baldwin City Community News. Tie up, jump ball, and it will stay on this end of the floor. So 3 early turnovers for Tonganoxie, near 4th there. Chieftains knocked down their first 2 shot attempts of the game. 5-0 lead early, 7-0 run, though, since to answer for Baldwin. Isaacs, dribble penetration, kicks it back out for Chonek, who knocked down that 3 earlier. Doesn't have the range on this one. Neufeld back the other way. Leaves it off for Reichert. Alyssa, good on the dribble attack, floats it off the glass. And Isaacs clears for Tonganoxie. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Neufeld. Tonky ball with 3:37 left to play opening quarter. Baldwin failed to score more than 6 points in any quarter on Friday night, so they've already outdone that with the 7-0 run here in the first. Trying to get into the break without a losing streak. Lang gets knocked to the floor hard after she came up with the steal on the bad pass by Isaacs. And Emma Kate looks like she's okay. Look like she might have got popped in the nose a little bit there. And that is 2 on Isaacs now, so she will head to the bench. It's the 4th team foul of this opening quarter. Isaacs is out. Sierra Ennis has checked in for Tonganoxie to replace her. Frost is back on there for the Bulldogs. She has it here in the right corner. Frost steps into the mid-range jumper. Doesn't get the roll. Offensive rebound from Alyssa Reichert, and she sticks it back in.
Nicely done by Reichert, battling for position down there, getting the offensive board, put an easy stick back. That's something Baldwin needs to do more of.
It's a 9-0 run now for Baldwin. Schoeneck on the drive, lost it. We'll call it a shot attempt and a rebound for Frost, although it never got up to the rim. Now Reichert has to bail out Marin in the backcourt as she's being pressured hard by Labino. And then Labino got a little bit too aggressive and picks up her second and the team's 5th. So foul troubles early on for Tonganoxie. That's 2 starters with 2, and now 5 team fouls, Ryan, with just 2:46 to go in the first quarter already.
Yeah, that's Baldwin doing a really nice job being aggressive, forcing those fouls, and if they continue to do that, they're going to have a lot of free throw opportunities.
Emerson Maslak has checked in for Tonganoxie. Reichert attacking. Her defender had fallen down, and Alyssa Reichert off to a great start tonight. 6 points already of the 11 for Baldwin have come from junior Alyssa Reichert. Bennett can't use the screen effectively. Pull up 3 is long. Neufeld the backside rebound. She has a chance to run now for Baldwin again. Carly stops and pulls up from 8. Bennett clears for Tonganoxie, then lost it. Chloe Neufeld able to knock that one free and then trying to save it to somebody, and loose ball goes out of bounds. Tonganoxie will get the ball. So they don't come away with the basketball there, but a good effort. Oh, they did give him a timeout. Yep. Wow, okay. So a timeout has been awarded to Baldwin. So there you go. Good hustle by Baldwin and quick timeout call to save a possession here. And that all started thanks to the effort there by Chloe Neufeld after that rebound. Raking it free and then saving it and giving the Bulldogs another chance to extend what is right now an 11-0 run to take this 11-5 lead with 2:07 to go in the quarter.
We've seen it all start on the defensive end, though, just suffocating Tonganoxie, not letting them get any open looks at all, and then forcing some turnovers. And offensively, still some room to improve, but it's good to see Reichert attacking and Carly Neufeld hitting an early 3, so things looking a lot better than they were last week already.
Neufeld, a couple of games back, hit her 100th career 3 in that Lewisburg game, but then was held without a 3 for the first time this year. And the game Friday night against Spring Hill has an early one here, a part of this 11-0 run. Frost looking for another tray. Doesn't miss by much, and it is Neufeld again with a good effort play. Chloe with the offensive rebound, and Baldwin will get another chance perhaps. Emma Kate Lang inside, triple team. Ball gets knocked free, able to get it back out. Swinging around to Carly Neufeld with a hand in her face. Misses that 3. And it's Chloe Neufeld again with another offensive rebound. Frost will reset for 3. That goes in and out. Carly Neufeld this time on the offensive glass. Has it wrestled free, and Bennett eventually comes away with it for Tonganoxie.
I love the scrappiness that the Bulldogs are playing with tonight, though, just getting on the floor, hustling for everything.
Offensive foul on Maslick as she used the offhand to clear some space and commits the team's 6th foul in this opening quarter, and their 7th turnover as well on that offensive foul. Bailey Smith back in, replacing Carly Neufeld with 1:25 to play in the period. 11-5 Baldwin.
Yeah, especially Chloe Neufeld, last 2-3 possessions, been hustling around, doing every little thing. That's a lesson to all the freshmen out there. If you want to play varsity as a freshman, you just do those little things and to contribute to your team, and you can get some playing time.
Nice pass by Bailey Smith. weave the bounce pass through defenders to set up Emma Kate Lang for the easy bucket. Second assist already for Bailey Smith, who now commits a foul, but good effort early on here from Baldwin. A 13-0 run for the Bulldogs. They lead it 13-5 with 1:04 to go in the quarter. First foul on Bailey. Oh, actually, they called that on Chloe Neufeld. My apologies. So it's Chloe's first foul, and the team's first as well. Schoeneck. Nothing there. Up top to Bennett. Good closeout by Lang. Frost, good active feet, staying right in front of Maslick. And then gets caught reaching in. She'll commit her first foul. Team's second with 49 seconds left in the quarter. And here comes Alyssa Reichert back on for Emma Kate Lang. I think we just got Christmas presents, Ryan. Three-pointer is good for the right wing by Alyssa Schoeneck. So the freshman now, Ryan, has knocked down a pair of threes for Tonganoxie.
Yeah, it looks like she's got some good form. That's one girl you're not going to want to leave open the rest of the game.
Mismatch inside. Reichert, though, drew the attention of the off defender and allowed Carly Toot to get wide open. And another nice assist. Bulldogs doing a good job passing on the interior right now. And now a turnover, a chance for a late bucket here with 20 seconds left in the quarter. Bailey Smith's pass deflected out. It'll stay with Baldwin. They still have 18 to work with here, leading 15-8. Carly Neufeld will come back on for this final possession, and also Labino, which is an interesting substitution here for Tonganoxie. They bring Labino back in defensively here in this final 18 seconds with 2 fouls. She's the one guarding Carly Neufeld. Clock down to 10. Reichert on the drive. Ball still loose. Toot might have a chance. Nope, unable to get that up. That'll end the quarter. Bulldog close the quarter on a 15-3 run, and Baldwin leads at 15-8 after one here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Welcome back to Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. One quarter in the books, and the Bulldogs, Ryan, certainly have to like the returns early from this one. Much better than last Friday night, last time they were on the floor. 15-8 lead here for Baldwin.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been moving the ball pretty well. Good ball player movement offensively. That was one of our keys, and defensively, that's where I've been most impressed. Back to the Baldwin Bulldog team that we know, and just suffocating Tonganoxie there late in the first quarter.
3-second violation is called here on Baldwin. So that's their third turnover now this game. But again, they come off a season-high 18 in their last game. 4 assists in that first quarter for Baldwin. So a good job passing. Really passed the ball inside. Well, most of those assists came from passes down in the paint. But Schoeneck, who lifts this one up and gets that one to rattle in, has been the star on that end for Tonganoxie, as she now has 8 of the 10 points for Tonganoxie. Couple of threes and that lay-in right there. And now another turnover. So Baldwin, after turning it over just twice in the first quarter, they have turned it over twice within the first 40 seconds of this second quarter. Still lead by 5, though. And now Bennett is called for an illegal screen, trying to peel Neufeld off. And that will be the 7th team foul for Tonganoxie. It's team control, no free throws for Baldwin, but the Bulldogs will be in the bonus the rest of the way with still 7:17 to play in this first half. That's almost always a good thing to be in the bonus this early, but if Baldwin's going to take advantage of it, they're going to have to knock some free throws down, get to the line first and foremost, and then knock their free throws down. They've shot just 53% as a team so far this year, and one illegal screen deserves another apparently, as Alyssa Reichert gets called for the illegal screen there.
Yeah, that's just part of having a feel for the game now. You've seen they've called a couple of those, and so when you set those screens, you have to make sure that your feet are planted, you're not moving at all, because it's something they've shown they're going to call.
13 foul on Baldwin. It's the first on Alyssa Reichert. That three is short, bounds out of bounds. Baldwin should get possession here. They will. And sometimes it's not only the screener too, but now the ball handler has to be aware of that, and you got to let your teammate get set and set that screen. Sometimes if you can take off too early and almost run your teammate into that illegal screen by not allowing them a chance to get themselves set. So it's kind of two parts. There's a good screen by Lang. Frost steps back, fires a three, and rattles it home. So Marin missed her first couple of tries, but you can't pass up great looks, and that was a good look there for Frost, and she knocks it down. And a turnover for Tonganoxie. They have now reached double digits in turnovers in this first half. 18-10, Baldwin lead.
But yeah, to your point a little earlier, that setting up a ball screen is just as important as setting it. You have to make your defender think you're going one way, then take them the other into that screen.
No call on that contact. Ball ends up out of bounds and over to Tonganoxie is Alyssa Schoeneck, who's been their best player so far, comes back in. The freshman with 8 of their 10 points so far in this first half. Number 1 in red has the ball right now. She gets that unenviable position of having to try and contend with Bailey Smith defense all night long. That could have maybe been called an offensive foul there. Isaacs looked like she kind of pushed off. No call. They play on. Ball comes free, but Tongi will reset things. Isaacs hands to Schoeneck. Don't leave her open. Now Lynn enters it down to Ennis. Fumbled it away, and Smith there to scoop it up for Baldwin. Bailey up to Frost, just hit a three, so she's feeling it, and that one in and out. And Neufeld will get tagged for a foul on that rebound by Emerson Maslick for Tonganoxie. That is first foul on Carly Neufeld and the 4th team foul against Baldwin.
Something Bailey Smith's improved a lot on. She does so well is keeping her head up when she gets that outlet pass and just advances it so quickly up to Marin Frost. Gets her a nice open look early in the possession.
Bennett and Herrera return for Tonganoxie. Carly Toot back in for Baldwin, who got her first start of the season tonight. She was there to try to contest that runner by Herrera, but Mariah Herrera with the bucket makes it 18-12, 5:19 left in the half. Around it comes to Carly Neufeld in the corner. Stripped on that baseline drive, but a foul across the wrist. That's Schoeneck's second. Will lead to 2 free throws here for Carly Neufeld. When Carly goes to the line, she is the best free throw shooter on this team at 80% this year, 16 out of 20. A very smooth stroke, no matter where she's shooting from for Carly Neufeld. Shoots 46% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. Her overall field goal percentage at 42% on the year. And she is perfect on both of those free throws. Isaacs gets rid of it to Schoeneck. Another runner through the middle of the paint. Bailey Smith on the rebound. Good effort there by the 5'3" junior, who is not afraid to stick her nose in there and go grab a rebound. Averages over 3 rebounds per game. Neufeld misses the 3. And it was Chloe Neufeld, the last to touch that one. Full court pressure here from Baldwin. Carly, too, fell down again. She's last couple of times down the floor has now ended up falling down. I'm not sure she got tripped up or she was telling the official something. Perhaps maybe she thought that she was helped to the floor a little bit. Tonganoxie to inbound. The Chieftains trailing 20-12. They led early 5-0 before Baldwin went on a 13-0 run. Chloe Neufeld, good defense. Don't get too greedy, though. Lang almost able to get that steal. Bennett steps into a three, and it's Smith with another rebound. Up to Carly Neufeld, right around Isaacs. Looks like she may have drawn some contact, but it will go out of bounds and stay with Baldwin. 3:54 to go in the half, and the Bulldogs leading by 8. Reichert and Frost back in for Baldwin.
Baldwin doing a great job once they grab that rebound, getting out in the fast break almost immediately, and they're getting some easy layup opportunities, just unable to convert most of them so far.
Free throws coming up for Reichert as Lincoln Bennett picks up a personal foul. That is 4 players now with multiple fouls in this first half. They all have 2 for Tonganoxie. Schoeneck, Labino, Bennett, and Isaacs. So now Reichert at the free throw line, where it has been a bit of a challenge so far this year, but she steps up and knocks down that first one. Just 8 out of 24 so far this season at the free throw line. But no troubles there. 8 first half points from Reichert. Already just 2 shy of her season high scoring in this first half of this game. Off to a good start tonight. Baldwin leading by 10, and now a easy opportunity here. Frost from Smith after the steal.
It's the Bulldogs' bread and butter right there, getting a steal right around half court, not even letting them bring the ball up and getting an easy lay-in.
Lead is 12, the largest it's been so far tonight. It's another Tonganoxie turnover. Baldwin will look to extend this lead now as Chloe Neufeld brings it up. She led the team in both scoring and had a team-high 3 assists on Friday against Spring Hill. So on what was otherwise a very tough night for most of the Bulldogs, freshman Chloe Neufeld played pretty well for the Bulldogs. She'll look for an assist here, and Marin Frost rewards her. It's a second 3 from Marin, who has all 8 of her points in this quarter. 9-0 run by Baldwin, and the Bulldogs have opened up a 15-point lead with 3:06 left to play in the first half. So Baldwin, excuse me, starting to get things going here in this one as we have the timeout on the floor. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking for a great job with a growing family-owned company, then check out Rice Precision Manufacturing. Actively looking to fill positions for skilled CNC machinists and CNC operators. Excellent pay, competitive benefit packages, a climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Send an email to jobs@riceprecision.com. 15-point lead here with 3:06 to go in the half. And Baldwin will look to close out what's been a very strong first half of basketball here and take a big lead into the locker room, which so far has been a go to Ullman for them. 3-0 this year with a halftime lead, 0-2 in the 2 times they've gone into the break trailing.
Doing a good job sharing the ball, like I mentioned, getting out early on the fast break, getting some early offense, not having to run their offense too much in the half court. That's something in that Spring Hill game that they were kind of stuck having to run their half court offense all the time, and it kind of became stagnant, too much one-on-one and too much just ball pick and try to create something. But much better tonight in this first half. See if they can't keep it going.
So here's that full court Bulldog pressure as we come out of the timeout. I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting on here. Something over at the scorer's table. So now we're ready to go. A good trap on Schoeneck. Tonganoxie able to break that pressure initially. Get it up into the half court. Another trap. Herrera's in trouble. Throws it off the foot of Frost. It will stay with Tonganoxie. So a nice last resort option there by Mariah Herrera.
Yeah, Tonganoxie just picking up their dribble in all the wrong spots right now, right in the corners, and letting Baldwin trap them and make it difficult to get out of that situation.
Another turnover. That's 14 in this first half. Smith having a tough time getting a hold of that one, but avoids the turnover and gets to Reichert. Now Toot on the putback. That doesn't go either. Bennett eventually clears for Tonganoxie.
Yeah, Reichert does such a good job driving hard with that left hand. She just needs to finish a little bit more once she gets in there.
Another steal for Bailey Smith. Goes coast to coast, but missed the lane. Schoeneck the rebound, and she's fouled by Chloe Neufeld, who picks up her second. 15 fouls, so no free throws will come from this one with 2:19 left to play in the half. Carly Neufeld and Emma Kate Lang back in for Baldwin. And Emmeline Labino and Emerson Maslick back in for Tonganoxie. They travel as Reichert was able to get a piece of that ball as Maslick was trying to make that pass. Forced Maslick to kind of double pump it, and because of that, she ended up lifting that pivot foot, travels, and gives it back to Baldwin on their 16th turnover of the first half. Frost wide open for the top of the key. Doesn't get the roll. Isaacs the rebound for Tonganoxie. Another Baldwin trap. Trying to throw that one off of Neufeld. Carly able to save it. Threw it behind her back. It sets up a fast break chance for Frost, who has it rejected on the bounds by Herrera. Well, Tonganoxie certainly does not concede points on that break. They're doing a great job hustling back. They're making Baldwin have to earn their points. Frost, another wide open look. And that one is well short, out of bounds to Tonganoxie.
Yeah, I think Tonganoxie's showing a little bit what we talked about in the open, that they're not quite as bad as some of their schedule has made them out to be, losing by 40 points.
Another turnover, but another missed shot from in close. Isaacs clears for Tongi.
Yeah, but they certainly have to stop turning over so much. That's quite a few here in just one half.
Yeah, they're up to 18 turnovers now in this first half. It's an air ball. Frost the rebound.
We talked about that being a lot in the Spring Hill game for Baldwin the whole game.
Herrera with another block shot. So, what did you have for the over-under on block shots from the 5'2" junior Mariah Herrera? She's had 2 of the last 3 trips down the floor.
I'll tell you what, this game's getting pretty wide open, just back and forth right now.
Herrera will sit down. She needs a breather. And Baldwin gets it inside to Reichert, who hits it to go, and a foul will put her at the line for a 3-point opportunity as Alyssa Reichert is into double figures in this first half. She has tied her season high already with 10 points.
It's a really nice job going to that right hand as well on that right side. Obviously, Reichert being left-handed likes to use that left hand, but able to finish there, go to the line and one maybe.
Ennis comes in for Tonganoxie for Bennett. It was Maslick who was called for the foul. It's her second. And Reichert knocks down the free throw. Baldwin has gone 7 of 7 at the free throw line in this first half of the ball game as well. So that's a nice welcome sight after kind of struggling at the line the first 5 games of the year, but they are not struggling there tonight.
Yeah, give them credit for that. I mean, they obviously know that's one of their weaknesses, and that's something that they've been working on and improving on it for sure.
Schoeneck unable to get by Smith, cannot get any separation. Isaacs has her pass deflected and looked awkward, but it'll count. And it is good for Emerson Maslack. 30-14. Under a minute left in the half. Baldwin has been pretty patient in these situations so far this year, and up by 16. Certainly wouldn't fault them for being patient with it here. We're up by 16. I might have said 14. I don't know what I said.
Said 16.
Okay.
You're all right.
That's why the score is on the screen for you, right?
Yeah.
All right, even if I'm wrong, I'm still right.
Don't trust us.
Turnover right there. That's only 5 in this first half. They've been better, but you hate to see that here in these closing seconds. It'll give Tonganoxie another opportunity. And that 3 is short. May have been partially blocked. Couldn't quite tell, but now Baldwin will get one more chance. And Carly with nobody back, no defender there to stop Carly Neufeld. 32-14 Baldwin.
I think she was surprised herself. She got around half court. And
oh, my, how about that? Emerson Maslack from half court. So Maslack makes it 32-17 at the break. And regardless of what else happens tonight, that's a shot that freshman's going to remember. 32-17, our halftime score. It's Baldwin on top of Tonganoxie. Coming up, it's the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Halftime here in Baldwin. Welcome to the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent Kelly Neufeld. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. They're there to help you protect what matters most at Farm Bureau Financial Services. 32-17 is our score here at the break. Certainly a better ball game so far for the Baldwin girls after what we've seen from them the last couple of games. The Lewisburg game, I really felt like they didn't play poorly. They just got outplayed by a Lewisburg team that just played probably their best game of the year, and may, when it's all said and done, be the best game they'll play all year. Spring Hill game, though, was a disappointment for Baldwin. There's no other really way to put that one. They just had what will probably go down as their worst performance of the year. So nice to see them bounce back here. Ryan, a 13-0 run in the first half, a 12-0 run in that second quarter after that big 13-0 run in the first quarter. So they were able to bounce back. Certainly there's some things we'll hope that they can still work on in this second half, but much better and good to see that for the Bulldogs here the first half tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought everything was much better, obviously, from that Spring Hill game, and maybe part of that is just being back here at home, away games last couple games, and it seems like the girls just love playing here. They always play that defense nice and tight and get out and get some easy buckets, and 3-point balls are falling tonight. Hit 3 of them here in that first half, 2 from Frost, 1 from Neufeld, so good to see those falling for them as well. And defensively, though, that's where everything started, back to the Bulldogs of old, getting those turnovers and getting out on the break, getting some layups.
Yeah, 18 forced turnovers. You'd like to maybe see a few more points off of turnovers from that. I don't have the exact tally, but again, they left some points out there on some inabilities to finish in the fast break, and some of that credit goes to Tonganoxie. They were not conceding them. They were getting back and making them earn them, and had several block shots on the layups down the on those fast breaks. But you got to love that 18 number if you're looking at that from a defensive side of it for Baldwin. To force 18 turnovers in one half of basketball, that's getting after it.
Yeah, 100%. I thought overall just the execution was much better. They're getting open shots. They're sharing the ball, moving it around, getting some wide open threes, and getting some offensive rebounding second chance opportunities as well. I thought Riker did really well getting some offensive rebounds, and also Chloe Neufeld in there battling it out, doing all the little things that the freshman needs to do.
Let's check the numbers when we come back right after this word from Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Check the numbers here in this one. It is 32-17 at the break. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Your official numbers brought to you by the New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City. They'll help you confidently tackle that tax season. Nobody likes to have to do that when tax season comes around, especially for your business. So don't worry about it. Have the folks at New Frontier Tax and Business Services help you with timely, accurate, and reliable services, all at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. One tie, one lead change in that first half of basketball, and it's a 32-17 lead here for Baldwin. A season high 11 first half points from Alyssa Reichert. Her previous high 10 came in the Lewisburg game, but she already has 11 in this one with a whole half to go. So a nice first half start for Alyssa Reichert. She leads all scorers in this game with 11 points. Marin Frost with 8 points. That's just one shy of her season high, which happened in the first two games of the year with 9 points in each of those. So both Reichert and Frost coming out and scoring the basketball well here tonight. Carly Neufeld with 7 first half points, and then 2 points apiece from Emma Kate Lang, Carly Toot, and Bailey Smith. Smith, 3 assists in that first half, so that is a new season high for Bailey Smith, and she's done that in just one half of basketball. Really did a good job not only getting rebounds, but then quickly getting the ball up the floor. She had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and the 2 points in that first half. Chloe Neufeld with a couple of offensive rebounds and an assist as well. Carly Neufeld with 3 rebounds is the team's leading rebounder in that first half. For Tonganoxie, Alyssa Schoeneck with 8 and Emerson Maslak with 5. That 13 from that freshman duo. They were good in the first half. The other 4 came from Mariah Herrera, but it is a 15-point lead right now for Baldwin as the Bulldogs turn Tonganoxie over 18 times in the first half. That's a great number. Baldwin only had 5, so that's also a pretty good number. You can live with that. 5 turnovers a half. I think they would take that in a heartbeat after 18, especially on Friday night against Spring Hill. And then the free throw line, 7 of 7 at the line. That's a great number to see as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping those turnovers down and seeing the assist numbers go up. You mentioned those 3 assists from Bailey Smith. Like you said, doing a great job keeping her head up and advancing that ball as quickly as possible. And then defensively, I've just mentioned it over and over, but the ball pressure they've been putting on these Tonganoxie girls, they can't get comfortable at all, do anything. I've been involved in those games before where you just feel like you can't even breathe. They're so close to you. So keep that up, and I think Baldwin might be able to cruise to a victory here tonight.
See if they can close it out in the second half. 32-17, Baldwin on top of Tonganoxie. We'll take a timeout, come back, start the second half. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Kelly Neufeld and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they'd love to support you in your financial future as well. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, it's your future. Let's protect it.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Shad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Shad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Baldwin on top of Tonganoxie 32-17 as we head to the second half. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors online at HaydenOutdoors.com. It's the brand that sells the land and proud presenting sponsor of your Bulldogs here on Baldwin Sports Live. It will be Tonganoxie basketball to start this second half. Schoeneck, Labino, Herrera, Isaacs, and Ennis to start for Tongi. And Frost, Smith, Carly Neufeld, Toot, and Reichard for Baldwin. And right away, they swarm with pressure to start this second half after they forced Tongi into 18 first-half turnovers, and they've already got one here in the second half. Frost gets knocked to the floor, and ball comes free, and it's turned right back over to Tonganoxie. Schoeneck, the freshman, had a team-high 8 first-half points. Gives it up to Herrera. And she floats one in. Smith underneath. Nice one-hand pass into Carly Toot for the easy bucket. And that's another assist on the tally for Bailey Smith, who's up to 4 helpers in this one. She's playing a good assist game here tonight, really setting up the teammates well. Chloe Neufeld will check in for Frost. Didn't see, was Frost perhaps a little bit shaken up maybe after that tumble?
I think she was running all right. She's tough.
Herrera having to spin through defenders. There's nothing easy right now. Reichard with a block. And as they hold on Chloe Neufeld, her third. And now Frost will come right back in. So
those are the worst. If you're Chloe Neufeld, you just come into the game, you pick up one foul in one possession, you have to go back out.
Yeah. Well, she, again, only a freshman, and sometimes just that learning curve of what you can and can't get away with from that jump from junior high ball or even summer league ball into varsity action, as that's Alyssa Schoeneck with the scoop and bucket.
Such a fine line, too, because you don't want to take that aggression from her.
Yeah, and there's she certainly plays with a ton of energy, and you love that part of it. And, you know, we've seen on the boys' side, we've seen some of that a little bit with Cooper Carr, another freshman who starts and plays a bunch for the boys' side. They both, you know, kind of finding their way when it comes to the fouls early on this season, but both have been impactful players for their respective sides so far. And Chloe tonight has had a couple of nice hustle rebounds, and now with 3 fouls, probably sit for a little bit. Timeout is taken here as Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by the Bullpen. Go down and check them out downtown. You can even go late. They're open 11 a.m. through 2 a.m., although it might be pretty chilly if you're down at the bar at 2 a.m. Tonight. But, hey, they'll be there Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Perfect place to go before, during, or after the games. You can follow them on Facebook for all their latest happenings. If they have live entertainment coming in or special games on the air down there. And, of course, you can watch your Bulldogs down there right now. What's up, Bullpen?
Yeah.
Watching tonight. Thanks for tuning in and enjoying the camaraderie down at the Bullpen and watching your Bulldogs here on Baldwin Sports Live. Bulldogs have the basketball here, up by 13 with 6.5 to go in this third quarter. And there's Alyssa Reichard, who has had her best scoring night of the year now, up to 13 points. Oof. Smith this time hits the floor as Herrera's 3 comes up short and ends up out of bounds, goes over to Baldwin. Lake and Bennett will check back in for Tongi. Both teams off until January 6th after tonight. Tonganoxie will return to action hosting Ottawa. Baldwin returns to action with a trip to Eudora coming up on January 6th, Friday night. Toot on the drive. Gets grabbed on the arm. Carly will head to the line. Did not score in the first 5 games of the year, but has 4 points tonight. And will be going to the line for just the second time this year. She's 0 for 1 on the season. A foul was the third on Labino in the first of the second half. And the free throws continue to drop for Baldwin tonight. They are a perfect 8 of 8 now after that make. Which means this one's going to miss, but
I don't believe in that, Bryce.
I know, but there's a lot of people that do, so you just gotta play into it. There you go. See, there's no such thing. Good job, Carly. Thanks for getting me off the hook.
I'd say Baldwin's been practicing their free throws a little bit because everybody looks like they got their stroke down pretty good now.
Well, they are 9 for 9 in this game at the line, and they have used that as part of the reason they now lead by 17. The other part has been this great defense. Here's a three-point on the way from Herrera. And barely drew iron. It's Bailey Smith with the rebound, and as she does so well, quickly gets it up the floor. Reichard will head to the line. A blocking foul on Herrera.
Reichard's had a heck of a game, but if she finishes 4 or 5 more layups that she's missed, she could have a monster game so far.
Her career high is 16, and she is sitting on 13 right now with a lot of basketball left to be played tonight. And she's now 4 for 4 at the free throw line. A 40-21 Baldwin lead. Reichard 1 point shy of her career high here tonight. They stepped on the out-of-bounds line, or did they call a foul there?
I think
they called a foul. Yeah. And they call it on Frost, her second. So Tonganoxie, of course, you can't just look past the 19 turnovers, but when they've been able to get into their half-court offense, they've actually not done too bad of a job. But it's just getting into it has been the troubles tonight. Herrera's 3 misses, but it's put back in on the offensive board by Isaacs, and she will head to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. And that foul also on Frost, so she picks up number 2 and number 3 in about 6 seconds worth of game time there.
That's kind of a rare second chance opportunity for Tonganoxie, something the Bulldogs have also corrected in this game, not really giving up a whole lot of offensive boards, second chance opportunities. Doing a nice job boxing out and rebounding.
Frost checks out, and Carly Toot comes back in, and she tracks down the missed free throw there. Reichard spots Neufeld in the corner, and she splashes it home. 10 points from Neufeld, 20-point lead for Baldwin. Now the Bulldogs' defensive pressure will get them the ball back again, and a timeout taken by Tonganoxie. 30-second timeout here with 5:09 left to play in the contest, and a 20-point Baldwin lead now. Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors, the best in the business when it comes to selling or buying your next dream property, whether it be a farm, ranch, or recreational property. They've got the perfect modern farmhouse available just outside of Baldwin right now. This newly remodeled home sits on nearly 3.8 acres of tree-lined, undeveloped farm ground. Perfect opportunity to get that escape to country living, if you will, but yet you're just right on the outskirts. You feel like you're remote, but you're not at all. Go see the beautiful property at HaydenOutdoors.com and schedule a showing with Chad and Penny Sheldon, your local Baldwin City brokers. Inbound to Lang. Able to get it up off the window, but it doesn't go. 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Schoeneck. Knuckleball 3, doesn't go for him. Neufeld trying to find a way to get that ball into Reichard. Well, this is the leading scorer in this game with 15 points. Unable to get her a touch, though. They've been looking in there. Now Toot gets inside, trying to get that back out to Reichard. It's deflected out by Lynn. Smith to inbound. Neufeld, now Reichert gets a touch. Alyssa drives, and a new career high for Alyssa Reichert. 17 points tonight. Double dribble called on Macy Lynn of Tonganoxie. Reichert's previous career high was on opening night last year. She had 16 on the road at Paola. She and Carly Neufeld both had career highs that night. Reichert with 16, which just fell tonight, and Neufeld had 24, which is still her career high. And why not keep going into Reichert, although that time there were about 3 defenders there on her, so Baldwin ends up committing their 7th turnover of the game. Showing it hands to Lynn, and Smith takes it away. Back to Reichert. 19 from Alyssa Reichert on the 5th assist of the game for Bailey Smith. And reach in there by Emma Kate Lang. She'll commit her first foul and the 4th team foul with 3:22 to go in the 3rd. Chloe Neufeld and Carly Toot check back in.
Yeah, I don't have the official number on what the percentage of baskets Baldwin's made that have been assisted tonight, but it's got to be pretty high because they're doing a nice job. That assist-to-turnover ratio is looking pretty good tonight. A big improvement from last week, that's for sure.
Now they're up to 9 assists, almost have doubled their assist number from last Friday night. Herrera's three-pointer off the heel, long rebound, and it's Tonganoxie who ends up with it. So they'll get another chance. Schoeneck, bounce out to Herrera. Another 3 on the way. And a foul after Herrera followed her miss. She ends up fouled by Carly Toot. Her first and the team's 5th. And a jump ball here. And that will be Baldwin basketball. So that'll go down as the 22nd turnover of the game for Tonganoxie. Chieftains 1-3 entering play tonight. Baldwin at 3-2. Both teams have lost their last 2 ball games. But Baldwin appears on track to get back in the win column tonight, up 24 here with 2:40 left in the 3rd. Smith into Lang. Little up and under move for Emma Kate Lang. Nice post move there by Emma Kate. And it is a 49-23 Baldwin lead with a chance to add to it at the line.
Yeah, Lang does such a nice job not traveling down there when she gets it and tries to bang her way into some nice positioning and goes up with a nice little up and under there. Got a girl up in the air, maybe an and one.
3rd foul on Schoeneck.
Don't want to jinx it here. I think we're still perfect from the line, right?
Oh, we've proven already that
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. And they remain perfect. 12 out of 12 at the free throw line as Emma Kate Lang knocks just her 2nd free throw in 10 attempts down this year. So, it'd be one thing if they're perfect at the line and it's, Carly Neufeld who's 80% going to the line and knocking the ball down. But you have Alyssa Reichert who came into this game 8 of 24. She's gone 5 of 5. Emma Kate Lang came in 1 for 9. She's knocked down her free throw. Carly Toot was 0 for 1, has made a pair. Bailey Smith was 4 out of 6. She's made a pair. And here's Bailey Smith bringing it up the floor after another steal.
And everybody looks very confident at the free throw line and just shooting them like they do it every day in practice.
Chloe Neufeld attacks and lays it in. I thought on the catch, Chloe had a great look at a 3 had she wanted it, but she had better options in mind. And nice dribble drive and gets the higher percentage look and makes it 52-23 Baldwin. Quickly, they move that ball around and get it right back to Herrera for 3. Isaacs, good job getting it back out to Herrera, who has 9 points now for the Chieftains. Smith working on a half dozen assists in this game. Will she get another one? Lang flashes high post. And Toot gets tripped up as she trying to take Labino off the dribble. Emmeline picks up her fourth foul. Schoeneck will check out of the game, and back in comes Macy Lynn. Chloe gets it out to Bailey Smith. Opts not to take the shot, and now a foul on that entry pass. That's on Ennis. And that's the fifth on the Chieftains now.
Yeah, if you watch both Lang and Riker down low, they do such a good job of kind of sealing off their defender on their backside, not letting them come around. And the only way they can get around them is really like that, to foul them, go through them.
This time Chloe does take the three, but Ennis able to get a piece of it. Falls right down on top of Carly Toot, and she's fouled by Lavina, who just fouled out of the game. So she is fouled out here in the third quarter with 1:09 to play. Schoeneck will take her spot, and Carly Toot will go to the free throw line. 2 shots coming up here for Toot as Reichard and Carly Neufeld check back in. 2 for 2 at the line, 6 points, 3 rebounds so far tonight. And they just can't miss.
I mean, it's just so impressive for a team that's shooting, what, 50 on the year to come out and shoot this confidently from the line. You can tell they're working on it in practice.
14 out of 14 at the free throw line tonight. They have tied their season high for made free throws in a game, but it took them 30 attempts to make the 14 the other time. This time they've made 14 on just 14 attempts. Neufeld, drive and kick. Smith back up top to Toot. Alyssa calling for it on the block. She wants to keep feeding that new career high, which right now sits at 19 points. Gets hooked as she tried to drive past Isaacs, and that is 7, so that will put her at the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Now it's getting to the point of who's going to break the perfect streak.
So you're putting the extra pressure on her now, huh? Well, this is Reichard, who is 5 for 5 tonight, and there it is. So pressure's off at least, but it's nonetheless been a great night at the line for the Bulldogs. They lead 54-26, 30 seconds to go in the third. Foul on Baldwin. It's on Emma Cade Lang, her second and the team's 6th. Deflected out by Reichard. Schoeneck out to Lynn for 3. And just at the last minute, Bailey Smith gets a hold of it, and a jump ball is called. And that will be Tonganoxie basketball. .5 to go in the quarter. Into Schoeneck. Missed for close range, laying the rebound. Baldwin will have a chance here, 6 seconds. Ooh. And Lang was not expecting the pass, and now Toot dives on top of Schoeneck and commits a foul with 2.6 to go, and that puts Baldwin over the limit. So it will be a free throw opportunity, a 1-and-1 for Alyssa Schoeneck. So Baldwin has gone 14 of 15 at the line. Conversely, Tonganoxie has only attempted 1 up until this point. They are 0 for 1. And now 0 for 2. Rebounded by Neufeld. Can she heave it from 3/4 court? No. 54-26 after 3 on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
54-26 Baldwin as we head to the fourth quarter tonight on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. And a good night for the Baldwin Bulldogs. 15 in the first, 17 in the second, 24 points in that third quarter. Or 22 points, I should say, in that third quarter. And Baldwin in control of this one. Carly Neufeld out to Bailey Smith, joined by Chloe Neufeld, who now has it, along with Reichert and Frost for the Bulldogs. Inside to Carly, and she is fouled by Schoeneck. That's her fourth, and it will put Carly Neufeld at the free throw line.
Yeah, it may sound a little silly with a 28-point lead, but this is a quarter that you want to finish out strong going into that Christmas break and have a nice taste in your mouth, nice blowout win for Baldwin. You're going to come back with a big game against Eudora January 6th, so having that good feeling of tonight would be nice.
Eudora, one lost team as Neufeld gets 1 out of 2, rebounded by Herrera. Neufeld 11 points into double figures for the 5th time in 6 games this year. Ooh, Smith does end up with it. Thought for a moment like Herrera, Schoeneck would get it back, but that is turnover number 25. Baldwin pushes. Smith, who has been the assist on most of the buckets tonight, that time thought she was going to get a layup, but got a little too far underneath the basket. 29-point lead for Baldwin. Isaacs nowhere to go, deflected out by Reichert, who's had a really good night for Baldwin this evening. A career-high 19 points, and she's been heavily involved throughout. A couple of assists as well when she hasn't been scoring. Neufeld knocks it back out. Into Bennett, and Reichert collects the miss, and here she comes. Schoeneck got just enough of that. Reached in, kind of hit down on the ball and forced that miss. And then Chloe Neufeld commits the foul on the backcourt. That's 4 on Chloe, and it puts Tonganoxie back at the free throw line here with 6:43 to go. This will be Mariah Herrera. 1-and-1 opportunity. They are 0 for 2 at the line as a team so far tonight. Herrera double figures tonight with 10 after that free throw. Boys game still to come tonight, and the Baldwin boys looking to continue their unbeaten start, 5-0. Tonganoxie looking to play the spoiler as they come in at 0-4 into that game coming up at the conclusion of our girls game, which has been pretty much all Baldwin tonight. Neufeld misses, Schoeneck rebounds. Herrera. Pass goes off the leg of Frost. It's tied up between Neufeld and Maslak. And it looks like he's going to stay with Tonganoxie. Tonganoxie's been better in this second half, taking care of the ball. Herrera hoists a 3. And 18 turnovers at the half. They're at 25 right now, so it's gotten better for them, but they haven't been able to make any headway on this deficit as Carly Neufeld sets up her younger sister, Chloe Neufeld, for that lay-in. And it's 56-28 as that's Baldwin's first points of this fourth quarter. Or I checked that. They had the one free throw, first field goal, I should say, of this fourth quarter. Neufeld with a steal, and she's fouled by Isaacs. So another 1-and-1 opportunity for Carly Neufeld. And it looks like Baldwin will clear the bench here. And in for the first time, Kyan Frost, Samantha Scraper, and Olivia Henry, a freshman, checks in for the very first time this year. Number 30 in white. That's Olivia Henry. Emma Kate Lang has also come back on. Henry, a 5'7" freshman, going to get her first varsity minutes here tonight. And gets an offensive rebound. And she'll have a chance to score. So she has been on the floor for officially 3 seconds, and she'll already have a rebound and a chance to get some points.
That's called efficiency, Bryce.
It's taking advantage of your opportunity to get some minutes and go out and make an impact. Lauren Berg now checks in as well for the Bulldogs.
Looks like that fouled out Isaacs as well. So 2 players for Tonganoxie fouled out. 5 minutes to play.
Well, they piled up those fouls early. And
yeah.
Not that it will, impact the end result as far as not having them on the floor at this point in time. But certainly if you're Tonganoxie, you already kind of struggle with some inexperience. And the deeper you have to go into your bench, it's just going to get more and more inexperienced.
And that's part of that story. All those fouls led to a lot of free throw opportunities. And Baldwin was able to convert most of them.
Emma Kate Lang able to put it back after the 2 misses by Henry. So it's now a 60-28 lead for Baldwin. A season-high 60 points on the board for the Bulldogs. Just a few nights after they were held to a season-low 17 points out in Spring Hill on last Friday night. Schoeneck, deep three-pointer, rebounded by Kyan Frost. Scraper has it taken away. And then given back. Lang has Scraper to her left. Took it herself. Scraper the rebound. Needs an outlet and is able to get that ball back out to Frost. Berg inside to Lang. And another bucket for Emma Kate Lang, who's up to 9 points. It's a new career high for Emma Kate Lang. Maslak's 3. She hit the half quarter to close out the first half. Henry with another rebound for Baldwin. And she's going to have another chance to score at the line as the foul is committed by Maslak. So 2 shots coming up for Olivia Henry. Foul on Innes, her second. 10 team fouls, double bonus for Baldwin. And there you go. First varsity point for the freshman Olivia Henry on that free throw. So with that, of course, there was no other high to best for Olivia. She gets 1 out of 2, but that's 3 different Bulldogs who have set career high scoring numbers in this game tonight. Bennett. Rebounded by Henry. And she's going to go to the line again.
It's a running clock, though. So things going to keep winding down during these free throws.
Now Henry, 3 rebounds already since coming in this fourth quarter, and he's got just 1 for 4 at the free throw line, so we'll see if she can improve that percentage here with a couple more tosses.
Doing a nice job battling on the boards, though.
Yeah. Rattles in that one.
Mentioned in the open, this was a good opportunity for Baldwin to kind of right the ship after a tough week on the road last week, and they've done just that. Nice performance here tonight.
So Henry will have officially 5 and change minutes played in this game when it's all said and done. But because of a running clock, I mean, the reality is she's going to have like 2 minutes of actual game time played. She has 3 points and 3 rebounds. Nice little debut. Blocking foul is on Lauren Berg. So that will let the clock continue to tick away here as we're going to go underneath of 1 minute left on these free throw attempts by Lincoln Bennett. Now, the free throw line has certainly been a big advantage tonight for Baldwin. They have gone 19 of 25, while Tonganoxie is just 2 for 5 after that miss there with 1 more attempt to come. (65-29), final 30 seconds. And add 2 more for Olivia Henry. 67-29. Schoeneck's heave misses, and that will do it. An impressive win for Baldwin to get back on track here tonight. 67-29, your final. The Baldwin girls now 4-2 as Tonganoxie drops to 1-4. We'll take a timeout, come back with your Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game and all the final numbers from this one before we get you set for the boys' game. Still to come here tonight on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back here to Baldwin Sports Live. It is a final on the girls' side tonight, 67-29, all Baldwin in this one. The Bulldogs trailed 5-0 out of the gates, then a 13-0 run, and they never looked back after that. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game. I'm torn between 2 on this one, but we're going to go with the career-high setting 19-point performance from Alyssa Reichert in this game. She played very well in this one. Like I said, career-high points, had a couple of offensive rebounds as well, had 2 assists, was instrumental in a defense that was creating a lot of havoc and ended up forcing 27 turnovers. Really good game from Alyssa Reichert tonight.
Yeah, I mean, of course, when you win by 30-plus points or whatever it was, it's going to be hard to pick a player of the game. Everybody played pretty well, but I thought Reichert played really well, both offensively, defensively, battled on the boards, was able to finish some shots, and absolutely shot perfect or lights out from the free throw line as well. But also you could give a shout-out to Bailey Smith, career high in assists, but I don't think it's any surprise that both post players, Emma Kate Lang and Alyssa Reichert, both set career highs tonight. Baldwin made a concerted effort to get that ball inside and bang that ball down for some easy shots and layups, and they did a nice job with that tonight.
Yeah, Bailey Smith was the other one I was torn between to give the Farm Bureau Financial Services Honor of Player of the Game as well. Half dozen assists in this one for Bailey. And also when you talk about instrumental in the defensive end, she kind of is the head of the snake, if you will, that is out there just wreaking havoc. She is full court pressure all game long and played a very good game in this one. But like you mentioned as well, when you score 67 points and you win by almost 40, a lot of players are going to have good games, and that was the case. And that's a good thing to have, is to have to sit there and try and figure out, well, who had the best of the best games when they all play very well. And tonight they did, as they win this one 67-29. The player of the game brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it at Farm Bureau Financial Services, 785-594-1055. All right, so here are the final numbers. The final numbers in this one brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City. Timely, accurate, and reliable services to meet your critical business needs, all at a minimal investment with New Frontier TBS. That is newfrontiertbs.com. New Frontier Tax and Business Services. So I mentioned the career high for Melissa Reichert. She had 19 to lead all scorers tonight. One of two players in double figures. Carly Neufeld, Carly Neufeld with 11 tonight for Baldwin. Emma Kate Lang, career high 9 points in this game. 8 points from Marin Frost. All 8 came in the second quarter for her. 8 as well from Carly Toot, just one shy of her career high. Chloe Neufeld with 4, Bailey Smith with 2, and Olivia Henry, who came in the fourth quarter, made her varsity debut, the freshman, with 5 points in the final minutes of this game, along with 3 rebounds as well. And she ended up with the 3 rebounds, tied for second on the team in rebounding tonight. Carly Neufeld led the team with 5 boards in this game, and it was Bailey Smith who led the team in the assist department with 6 dimes in this one. For Tonganoxie, they had 2 players in double figures, Mariah Herrera with 11 and Alyssa Schoeneck with 10. The rest of their scoring, Emerson Maslak with 5, Lakin Bennett with 1, and Sage Isaacs with 2 points tonight. 1 tie, 1 lead change, all Baldwin after that. 67-29, the final. Baldwin girls now 4-2 on the year. Tonganoxie dropping to 1-4. Both teams back in action on January 6th after the break. For Tongi, they will be hosting Ottawa. For Baldwin, they will be on the road at Eudora. You can catch that game on Friday, January 6th, right here on Baldwin Sports Live. 67-29 is your final. Back to get you set for the boys' game. That's coming up next here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Welcome into the Baldwin State Bank Boys pregame show here on Baldwin Sports Live as the undefeated 5-0, newly minted into the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association top 10 rankings in Class 4A, Baldwin Bulldogs take on the 0-4 Tonganoxie Chieftains. Along with Ryan Hilmer, I'm Bryce Kessler as the Dogs look to keep this impressive start going, off to their best start since 2013, and they have no plans to watch this undefeated start stop. And tonight, their final test before the Christmas break, and they take on an 0-4 Tonganoxie team that is coming off a 49-24 loss at Eudora on Thursday this past week, held to a season-low 24 points. They have scored 40 or fewer in all 4 of their games this year, while Baldwin, for comparison's sake, has scored 54 or more in all of their 5 games so far this year. So Tonganoxie 0-4, Baldwin 5-0, fresh off of a 17-point win at Spring Hill. 57-40 was the final in that one. Again, a game that they pretty much controlled throughout, and kind of per usual, Ryan, there was no real superstar on the night. Lots of guys played well, but that's kind of this team's MO. Nobody has to do all the lifting. They all kind of play their role, and they all help each other out. They got a great night from Sam Darnell, 18 points, 8 rebounds in that one. He probably had the biggest line as far as the stats go, but it was just another typical Baldwin game. They just wear you out. They play solid basketball, and when you look up at the end, a 17-point Baldwin victory.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head there. That's the Baldwin brand of basketball, is all these guys, they know their role, and they fit together like a nice puzzle. Everybody's a puzzle piece, and I thought Caleb Carr, of course, played really well in that last game, stirring the drink and staying under control, getting the team out in transition, getting some easy buckets. Sam Darnell, the beneficiary of a lot of those, but defensively, I thought just like every other game so far this year, they played really well, and that's how everything really starts on the defensive end, is getting some stops and getting some confidence. And then offensively, they've just been pretty scintillating so far. It's fun to watch. Everybody plays together, plays unselfishly. They move the ball, swing it around, get some open looks. They play inside-out basketball, and it's been pretty fun to watch so far. Hopefully they can keep it going. A good opportunity tonight to go into that winter break undefeated, like you mentioned.
Baldwin averaging 62 points a game. They're giving up just 40 points per night. Tonganoxie, meanwhile, averaging 33 points a game and allowing 50 points per night. Kind of like the girls, this is an inexperienced squad on the boys' side for Tonganoxie. A lot of guys playing their first real minutes on the varsity floor, and they, too, kind of having to find their way through what has been anything but an easy schedule. This is the schedule that they have played so far. 4-1 Lewisburg, 5-0 Atchison, 4-1 Wamego, 4-1 Eudora, and now tonight 5-0 Baldwin. So they have, this will be the third team, or the second undefeated team. The other 3 have all been just one-loss teams. So it has not been an easy start schedule-wise for Tonganoxie. And when you couple that with a bunch of guys who are kind of trying to find their way still on the varsity floor, it has a recipe for a slow start, and that's what we've seen so far at 0-4 for the Chieftains. But for Baldwin, even though they're 5-0, this is a team that wants to come in there. At some point, they're going to win a game this year. Who's that going to be against? Well, you don't want it to be you if you're Baldwin tonight. Yeah. You don't want to have that look ahead, as we'll take a look at our keys to the game coming up, and that's going to be part of it, because that's a big key for the Bulldogs tonight. Staying focused at the task at hand, win this ball game, and you get to go enjoy your Christmas at 6-0 undefeated and have good thoughts that whole time. You lose this game, and even though you started 5-0, you have to sit a couple of weeks on your one and only loss, and it's not going to feel nearly as fun. So that's the big thing for the Bulldogs tonight, as they try to keep that unblemished record alive. 5-0, hosting 0-4 Tonganoxie. Your State Farm Insurance game plan when we come back here on the Baldwin State Bank Boys pregame show.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Baldwin and Tonganoxie coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. It's the Baldwin State Bank pregame show for our boys game, getting set to tip off here in Baldwin tonight. It is time to take a look at our Codiano State Farm Insurance game plan for the Bulldogs tonight. Pretty simple for me. Don't look ahead. We talked about it in the last segment, but this is that proverbial trap game, if you will. You have a big contest coming up with Eudora to follow this one. You get the layoff. You have the thoughts of what Santa brought you for Christmas. What did you get? What you wanted? Lots of distractions that could potentially lead themselves to a look-ahead game. That 0-4 opponent coming in. It has all those recipes. I don't feel like this is a Baldwin team and a Baldwin coaching staff that will let that happen, but that certainly has to be at the top of the list of the game plan tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you mentioned in that last segment, you can look at the scores of some of Tonganoxie's last games, and you don't want to be fooled by that because they've played some really, really good teams like you mentioned. So I think Baldwin, like you said, good team. They play together well. This is a good coaching staff. They're going to have these guys ready to play. They're going to come out tonight and I think take care of business.
And to take care of business, to me, defend to win. I think that's what it comes down to tonight for Baldwin. We know the offense has been very good this year, very consistent, and I think they can come out here, and if it turned into a shootout, I still like Baldwin's chances to win the game. But it shouldn't have to come to that, because this is a game tonight that if Baldwin comes out, dedicates themselves to the defensive end of the floor, this is a game they can strictly win just playing in their solid defense again, which, again, they've done all year long, kind of in the same mode, just the effort, the don't look ahead, all that plays into it tonight. And I feel like we're going to get another really good effort from the Dogs tonight and run that record to 6-0.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to do anything too crazy tonight. You could just play good defense and get some runouts similar to what the girls did in our first game of the doubleheader tonight. And I think you'll have a pretty good chance to jump out in front of this one and get another win tonight.
Game plans brought to you by Codiano with State Farm Insurance. Whether it's updating a current policy or you're looking to switch to something brand new, go see Cody and his team at State Farm Insurance, 208 Baker Street in Baldwin City, or call 785-594-0270, or check them out online at codyismyagent.com. You've been watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. That's going to wrap it up for the boys' pregame portion as we have the opening tip. The starting lineups coming up right after this. The pregame show brought to you by your friends and neighbors down at the Baldwin State Bank.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Can't get by me. I'm number one in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number one. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Baldwin and Tonganoxie coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. It is time for tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center, and you can also scan on your screen right now that digital program for the Baldwin Bulldogs boys basketball program. Nice little piece they put together there, the digital program. Check it out. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. Here's your starters for Tonganoxie: Talon Langford, Alex Crowley, Caleb Clark, Merrick Davenport, and Brandon Wilson. The starting five for the Chieftains: Langford, 6'2", sophomore. And then you get 6'1", and Crowley, 6'5", in the middle with Clark and Davenport. And Wilson, a 6-foot senior, to round that out. And for the Baldwin Bulldogs, Their starters have been excellent throughout the season so far. Same starting five this evening. 6-foot junior Talon Torres, 6'3" junior Riker Grossner, the team's leading rebounder. 6'1" freshman Cooper Carr, 5'11" senior Caleb Carr, the team's leading scorer and assist man so far. And 6'4" senior Sam Darnell, second of the team in both scoring and rebounds. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look, you will in a second. Let me get that pulled up for you. There you go. There is your Lumberyard lineup as they've got that kids improv winter break for grades 3 through 6 coming up. Register at lumberyardartscenter.org. And while you're there, check out everything else that they've got coming up in the new year at lumberyardartscenter.org, whether it's live music, arts and crafts, unique experiences, many different youth and adult classes that they offer down at the Lumberyard Arts Center. So check it out, lumberyardartscenter.org, and make sure to follow them on social media. It's time now for the opening tip of this game as the Bulldogs take the floor looking to keep their unbeaten record alive. They are 5-0 entering play tonight. And the opening tip is brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission. The Biddy Basketball Clinic is coming up. Registration deadline is December 31st, so don't miss out on your chance to learn basketball skills and drills with the Bulldogs you're watching on the floor right here tonight. Baldwin High School basketball teams will help teach your kindergartners through second graders the basketball skills, and they got to keep the basketball as well when the camp is all said and done. Register at baldwinrec.org. Stop by the office downtown at 705 High Street for the Biddy Basketball Clinic. Baldwin 5-0, Tongi 0-4. These two teams have been pretty much deadlocked over the last now 9 years that they have played. It's a 5-4 edge for Tonganoxie. Tongi 52-35 winners last year over Baldwin. That game was coming right out of the break. It was the first game back after the break last year these two teams played. Now they're playing in the last game prior to the break this year. And Baldwin, a perfect 5-0 start. Does it continue tonight? We shall see as we are underway, and Tonganoxie controls the first possession, and they turn it over. It's Caleb Carr with a steal, a bounce pass to Grossner. Nearly fumbled it away, but Darnell comes up with it. His layup misses, and it's rebounded by Langford. Crowley wraps the pass into the corner. That is a three-point attempt off the heel. Caleb Carr the rebound. Carr trying to leave it for Grossner. Not quite on target, so they'll reset things. Here's the younger Carr. Cooper gets it back from Darnell. Fires a three. And rebounded by Clark for Tongi. Baldwin starting lineup that features two double-digit scores, and Talon Torres just under 10 points per game, and they have a 10-point-per-game guy in Zimbecki off of the bench as well. Rebounded by Cooper Carr. Quick outlet to Caleb Carr. Has Cooper back at the corner. Lets it fly again for three. That one's short, and Crowley the rebound for Tongi. Several good looks here to start on the offensive end, but hasn't dropped yet for Baldwin as we are scoreless through the first 90 seconds of this one.
See if these first couple possessions are any indication, Tonganoxie is going to do everything they can to make this pace of the game pretty slow and walk that ball up the court and take some possessions out of it.
And then after doing all that, they settle for a three from 4 steps beyond the arc from Crowley, out of bounds to Baldwin. But you're right, they have not scored over 40 this year. Baldwin hasn't scored under 54, so when you see that in your Tonganoxie, you don't want this game to turn into a back and forth, up and down shootout. And so far, that pace being dictated by them, but that all changes as soon as Baldwin can start scoring and opening up a lead. But to this point, nothing's dropped for the Bulldogs.
That's why you have to be very disciplined defensively and not fall asleep if they start swinging the ball side to side, playing in and out, and trying to lull you to sleep a little bit.
Langford trying to get the pick and roll back inside to Davenport. Crowley, bounce feed to Clark. There's Carr trying to rake it out of there.
Some of the quickest hands I've ever seen. It's crazy.
And a three-pointer from Langford misses. Cooper Carr, the rebound. Quick outlet to Caleb Carr, and he is fouled on the layup by Langford. Well, he comes by it honestly when you talk about the hands. I didn't get a chance. I was going to go back and look. I didn't get a chance to check it out on the old Mid-American Nazarene basketball record books. At one point in time, his father, Pete Carr, who's the assistant for the Bulldogs, was, I believe, the all-time steals leader there at Mid-American Nazarene, which is where Caleb is headed to play next year.
I absolutely believe that.
So
he's taught Caleb very well.
Yeah, you learn from the best.
Yes.
We'll have to look it up and verify that. Here is a free throw from Caleb, and he knocks them both down. So the field goals aren't dropping early on for Baldwin, but the Bulldogs, with 2 points there at the free throw line, get the opening lead of this game. Defensively so far, it's been mostly three-point attempts from Tonganoxie, as they have not been able to get inside this Baldwin defense. It's only given up 40 points a game. Another three-point try here for Brandon Wilson. Long rebound to Torres, and that's the thing with threes. Lead to long rebounds a lot of time, which lead to runouts, and this time Grossner, coast to coast, lay it in for Riker, and the Bulldogs lead 4-0. And now a turnover in the backcourt, as Joey Zimbecki will check in off of the bench. Had 18 on opening night against Paola. He's held to just 3 in his return to action against Spring Hill, but he missed the 4 games in between, or the 3 games in between. So good to have him back. Caden Englert has also checked in for Baldwin. That is a jump ball. It will stay with the Bulldogs. Grossner into Zimbecki. Thought about pulling that 3. A foul on the floor. That was on Crowley.
It's good to see Zimbecki back out there. His second game back in action after missing 3 straight. That was after putting up 18 in the opener for Baldwin. Thought he played pretty well last Friday. Just kind of acclimating himself back to varsity action here.
And when you miss, 3 games, your conditioning and stuff takes a hit as well. He wasn't practicing during that time also, or at least not fully, so takes a bit to get back going again. Darnell, and he walked. So 4:11 to go in this first quarter. Certainly a slower start in this one for the Bulldogs, but the good news is they haven't surrendered anything down on this side of the floor.
Yeah, you can see kind of the offense that Tonganoxie is going to want to run is going to feature a ton of ball screens. Baldwin doing a nice job fighting over those and communicating, helping each other out so far.
Everything has been from the perimeter, really, for Tonganoxie. I don't know that that's really a recipe for them to pull the upset tonight. I suppose it would be if they're dropping, but so far they haven't made any of them.
It's one of those offenses that kind of wears you out, though. You're having to fight through so many screens and help each other out and rotate. They move it from side to side.
15-footer on the way from Langford. Englert the rebound. Quickly gets it up to his point guard, Caleb Carr. Nice bounce pass to Darnell. Carr is one of those guys that they talk about that they don't just find passing lanes, they create passing lanes. And Caleb Carr with a good feed, perfect right there on the dime for Sam Darnell. And it is a timeout, Tonganoxie, as the Bulldogs now lead at 6-0. 6-0 with 3:13 left to play in this opening quarter.
He does such a great job on the fast break, though. Talking about Caleb Carr, he opens up those passing lanes. It's kind of like a quarterback in football. You kind of roll outside the pocket. You can find some little angles, some lanes to get people to football. It's the same thing in basketball on the fast break. If you can draw some guys to you, open up some lanes, and then he's so good at making those little bounce passes and layoff passes. Gets guys very easy layups. He's somebody that you love to have as a teammate. You would hate to play against. One of those
yeah,
guys.
no doubt. So Zakiah Glover is checked in for Tonganoxie here at that timeout. He is the only change that they have made. Baldwin does not make a change, or they do actually. Englert comes out, and Cooper Carr has come back in. Darnell, good job defending on Caleb Clark inside. This is Glover off the bench. Flips it out to Crowley in the corner. Ball screen out there for Crowley. Langford out of the corner. Zembecki right there defending. Clark. Call an illegal screen, or they call a 3-second violation? I didn't see the call.
I thought they got a foul, but
they didn't report one, though. Yeah,
report one. So
I think he was saying 3 seconds, gave the number to tell who it was on. That's my guess. So I believe they called 3 seconds on Merrick Davenport, a freshman for Tonganoxie. So another turnover for the Chieftains as they bring Lachlan McCray in, another freshman. They start a freshman at Davenport. McCray, another one coming off the bench, as we talk about an inexperienced group for Tonganoxie, kind of going through a bit of a rebuild. And they have been hit with murderer's row as far as opponents go to start this season. Second undefeated team they'll have, and they 2 4-1 squads they've got up against as well, and that is Zembecki knocking down a 3. And talk about having a nice scoring punch to be able to bring off the bench. And it's an experienced guy. Zembecki last year, he started pretty much the entire year, and this year has got to that 6th-man role for the Bulldogs and has been a huge, important piece coming off the bench for him.
Yeah, it's great to see that, too, because sometimes guys, when they've started the year before, they take a little offense coming off the bench, but that 6th-man role is such a key cog in the operation. We mentioned it in the open that this team's like a big puzzle, and everybody is a little puzzle piece, and everybody plays their part really well.
Zembecki now 6 of 11 from three-point land to start this season. That'll do.
That's over 50%, Bryce. Easy math.
McCray off a screen from Davenport. Nothing comes of that as the Chieftains are still being shut out with a little more than 90 seconds to go in this first half, or first quarter, I should say, as Talon Torres picks up that foul. And that is Talon's first. Team's first as well. And Riker Grossner, along with Caden Englert, returned for Baldwin. Brandon Wilson back in for Tonganoxie. Well, I wasn't able to find a Mid-American Nazarene basketball record book, Ryan. So I'm not going to be able to confirm. We'll have to wait. Coach Carr will tell us if that still holds true or not.
Yeah, we'll grill him about it.
He was second-team All-America back in 95-96, though, for Mid-American Nazarene.
Not too shabby.
.118 left to go in this first quarter. 9-0 Baldwin. Tongi has not been able to get anything easy down on this end. Yet to make a bucket, and Baldwin has been right there on everything. Right in the hip pocket on every catch. Contesting every shot. There's a contested 3 that goes, so Crowley does finally put Tonganoxie on the board with just under a minute to go in the first quarter. Caleb Carr stops and pulls up. Crowley clears. Now Carr chases Glover back down the floor, and a foul is called on Englert. Second against the Bulldogs, first on Caden. McCray and Clark return for Tonganoxie. Clark backing in on Darnell. Sam walls up on him, forces the miss. Caleb Carr back the other way for Baldwin. No look feed into the corner. Cooper Carr's 3 in and out. Rebounded by Crowley. Now with 16 seconds left, Glover has it in the front court for Tonganoxie, and Carr commits the foul out near midcourt, his first, team's third.
Still kind of waiting for Cooper Carr to find his rhythm from three-point land. He's kind of struggled in the early going, but I can assure you he's a pretty good shooter in his own right.
Now 1 for 11 to start from downtown now for Cooper.
He'll get that rhythm going.
Deep 3 by Crowley. Gross to the rebound. They have 3 seconds. Quickly up to Carr. He was trying to tap that ball out to Englert. I'm not sure it would have mattered. I don't know if it had time to get there, but that is the end of the quarter. 9-3. Baldwin leading after one here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hers and
9-3 Baldwin after one. Offensively, not the most electric first quarter for the Bulldogs, but defensively they locked down, allowed just the one made field goal in that first quarter for Tonganoxie. So it's a 6-point lead for Baldwin as we head to this second quarter. The Bulldogs will look to get the offensive rhythm going, and part of that comes, I think, with the pace that Tonganoxie is playing as well. That kind of just drags down the pace that Baldwin wants to play out and maybe force them to kind of just reconfigure things a little bit offensively. They had plenty of decent looks in that first quarter. They just didn't seem to drop.
That's Tonganoxie's game plan, though. That's how they think they're going to be able to stay in this one and stick around, is to limit the amount of possessions in the game.
Glover's layup misses. It's Cooper Carr with the rebound, and then he's fouled by Glover. Yeah, if you'd have told me that Tonganoxie would make one shot in the first quarter and they'd be in a two-possession game, I would have said, not probably going to happen, but that's what we have.
And that one made shot was a very contested three-pointer.
Zimbecki had 3 of the 9 off the bench for the Bulldogs in that first quarter. This is Cooper Carr handing to Darnell. Out to Grossner. He lets it fly. Clark the rebound for Tonganoxie. Wilson hands to Crowley, who has the only made shot of the game so far, and that's an illegal screen on Caleb Clark.
Yeah, that's been brewing for a couple of possessions now. Seen these guys trying to set some screens, and they've really been, you mentioned that girls game, the ball handler's been going pretty quick and not really getting their feet set, and I think that was a good call there.
Cooper Carr working for the high post, out to Caleb. Back again, Cooper out of the corner. Rebounded by Wilson. McCray. Back to Clark, who will fire up a three. And it's McCray with an offensive rebound for Tonganoxie. Clark had Crowley for a second. And he is able to muscle one up against Sam Darnell. 9-5 ball game. Zimbecki. Cooper trying to tap that rebound back out to him. It's Wilson who comes up with it for Tonganoxie.
It's kind of what you worry about for Baldwin, is falling in love a little too much with the three-point ball. Last couple possessions, just launching long balls and not getting the offensive rebound. Letting Tonganoxie kind of hang around in this one so far.
The longer Tongi hangs around, the more confidence they'll start to get that they can pull this upset off tonight. Glover throws that one into the band. That will bring Davenport and Langford back in for Tonganoxie. Baldwin leading 9-5 with 5:40 left to play in this second quarter. So a much slower pace certainly to start this game offensively for Baldwin, averaging 62 points per game as the layup by Carr misses. Carr able to race back and get it back. His second steal of the night. One more. There it is. Zimbecki fires And misses another three, rebounded by Davenport. But taken back by Carr, who's able to do a nice little handstand bear crawl to get over top of the defender and keep it in play and draw a foul. Good effort there by Cooper Carr. Foul is on Zakiah Glover.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it a little bit with Chloe Neufeld. If you're a freshman, you want to play varsity, you got to do all the little things well. You got to hustle around, and that was a heck of a job to keep that one alive and win your team another possession.
Talon Torres back in for Baldwin. It was the second foul on Zakiah Glover. 5th team foul. Carr lost the handle, it looked like, for a moment, got it back, and then ends up coming up off the rim, and Clark clears for Tonganoxie.
Give Tonganoxie a lot of credit, too. They're playing pretty hard defensively and making it tough for the Bulldogs to get their usual easy inside looks.
Clark perhaps a bit of a quick trigger there, and it's Grosner back the other way. Numbers for Baldwin. But Clark, the one-man back, able to stop that fast break for Baldwin. Caden Englert checks back in for the Bulldogs. Everything's pretty much had to come from the perimeter, like you mentioned, Ryan. And a lot of that's due in part to the defense inside by Tonganoxie, but you get the feeling at a certain point that lid's going to come off. They have had some good looks. And it's Baldwin basketball still as it's knocked out of the hands of Joey Zimbecki.
Coach Blanchard not too happy with the start offensively for the Bulldogs, barking out some instructions from the bench, trying to get these guys to move the ball a little bit quicker and swing it from side to side.
They will call this a jump ball. It will stay with Baldwin. Caleb Carr back in. Need a nice little 8-9-0 run or something to just get the momentum going the other way. Baldwin has not scored yet in this quarter. We've nearly played half of it. Englert's three misses everything. Rebounded by Langford. Crowley, 15-foot pull-up, way too strong. Grosner the rebound for Baldwin. Out to Carr. Fires it across to Torres. His layup misses. Langford the rebound. Well, perhaps it's just going to be one of those nights where nothing will go on the offensive end. And we said defend to win in the open in our game plan. Little did I know that meant you would really have to defend to win because you can't score tonight. Langford travels.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, about playing good defense is it makes up a lot for not very good offense. And not that Baldwin's playing bad offense. They're getting a lot of good looks, like you mentioned. Just somebody's got to take the lid off right now. Caleb Carr got a quick breather and was back in there that last possession, see if he can't get something going. He's had a couple kind of go in and out.
Couple of freshmen in there now. This is one of them, Cooper Carr, along with Leo Schoenberger, who has checked in. Englert will fire up another three. And Schoenberger unable to collect that rebound, ran out of room on the baseline. So it remains 9-5 with 3:25 to go in the first half, the second quarter. And it is a timeout, Tonganoxie. So a lot lower scoring start to this one than we and pretty much everybody else, I'm sure, maybe outside of the Tonganoxie fans expected. But it is 9-5 here with 3:25 to play in the second quarter. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. If you're looking for your next dream property or thinking about listing your farm or your ranch or your recreational property, then go with the best in the business, the brand that sells the land. That's Hayden Outdoors and your local Baldwin City brokers, Chad and Penny Sheldon. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. This is the final game before the Christmas break. And Baldwin will head into the break with a date with number 6 Eudora looking at him on the other end. Baldwin just got put into the KBCA top 10 rankings at number 9 today. So you're going to have a top 10 matchup coming out of the break. All the classic makings of the trap game tonight against a winless Tonganoxie team coming in. And I don't know that I would necessarily say that's why it's where it is at 9-5 right now, but Baldwin certainly does not want this to continue to stay a 2-3 type possession game throughout, because then you open up the door for all kinds of weird things to happen by game's end. So let's see if this final 3:25, they can make a push to give themselves a little breathing room, as they have yet to score in this second quarter. Thankfully, Tonganoxie's only scored 2 points so far in the second quarter, so they haven't really made up much ground. Clark throws that one away. Schoenberger with the steal. Carr able to penetrate, kick it out to Cooper. Extra pass to Grosner from the wing. Bingo. There you go. Riker Grosner knocks down a tray. And Baldwin goes up 12-5.
It's a product of really good ball movement there from Baldwin that time. Almost everybody got a touch, and you get Riker Grosner wide open for a three.
Reach in by Cooper Carr, and he got the arm of Langford. That will be Cooper's first. And the team's fifth. I'll check that, only 4 team fouls on Baldwin. Lobbed up to McCray. Screen from Clark. Kick out to Langford. Tonganoxie in their very patient offensive approach tonight. Not in any hurry, although I say that, and then every once in a while they'll just jack up a quick early three, which kind of contradicts the strategy, but to this point it's worked. They're down only 7 with 2 minutes to play until halftime. Clark works his way down the lane line. We'll bring it back out. Davenport misses from tight, got it back, and he's fouled. First free throw opportunity of the night coming up for Tonganoxie, as Leo Schoenberger picks up his first personal foul, and that now is the team's 5th. So here is Merrick Davenport, a 6'5" freshman for Tonganoxie at the line. Lefty. Zembecki, Darnell, and Torres back in for Baldwin. Nothing doing at the line there for Tonganoxie. It remains a 7-point Baldwin lead. 90 seconds to go in the half. Torres from the corner. Another 3 for Baldwin. So you knew that eventually something would have to start falling for the Bulldogs. And now 3-pointers from both Grosner and Torres has the lead up to 10 for Baldwin.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Baldwin's jacked up a lot of threes, but you got to chalk that up a little bit to the Tonganoxie defense. Every time somebody tries to penetrate, they're kind of cutting that off with 3 guys helping out and getting that easy little dump-off pass for an open 3 a lot of the time.
Davenport going back to work inside. This time he's able to score it. Under a minute left in the half. Baldwin leading by 8. Zembecki out to Schoenberger. And a blocking foul called on Alex Crowley, his second. That is 16 fouls against Tonganoxie. Grosner back in for Baldwin. And a late sub coming in here as well for Tonganoxie. Brandon Wilson returns. Out to Torres again. Back-to-back trays from Talon Torres, who is shooting over 40% from downtown this year. Offense comes alive with 3 3-pointers here in the final 2.5 minutes of this second quarter. Wilson looking to get one of them back for Tongi, not going to happen. And then Davenport was on the baseline as he was battling for that offensive board. It leaves Baldwin with 2.3 seconds and a chance to get one more look from perhaps about half court. Now Grosner throws it all the way up into the mid-court area. Now Zembecki heaves it up, and that will end it. So 18-7 at the half. Baldwin, 9 late points, has given him a double-digit lead at the break. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show is coming up next.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show from Baldwin tonight. Final game before the break. And the Bulldogs lead Tonganoxie 18-7 here at the break. The halftime show brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting. See how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. 18-7 lead here at the break. No ties, no lead changes in that first half. It was controlled throughout, if you will, in that manner by Baldwin. But thanks to 3 late threes, it looks a little better here at the break, up 11. Good news is they are up, and really good news is they only held Tonganoxie to 7 points. But the offense in their struggles was picked up by the defense in that first half.
Yeah, it was a little ugly early, especially that first quarter, but you kind of asked for it there late in that second quarter for an 8-9-0 run, and Baldwin able to put that together with 3 straight three-pointers. And so I thought that was huge, trying to grow this lead out to double digits. But overall, not really the offense that we're used to seeing from Baldwin. They are getting some good looks and moving the ball around pretty well, but just not able to knock a lot of the shots down until late in that second quarter. But I think if they keep that rhythm up going into the second half, defensively they are just fine. One of our keys to the game was defend to win, and they have done that on the defensive end. Tonganoxie kind of slowing the pace of the game down and running them through a heck of a lot of ball screens, but Baldwin doing a nice job fighting over those, helping each other out, communicating, and doing a nice job on that end of the floor.
Now, the game plan was pretty evident there, what Tonganoxie wanted to do in this game, and as long as they could keep this in that 5-6 point window or less, they could continue to play that way. You can start getting them out of that, though, now that you have built that to a double-digit lead as you go into the second half. At a certain point, that kind of forces their hand, and then that starts playing right into the hand of what Baldwin wants to do. So hopefully that late spurt there in the second quarter can kind of change the game flow a little bit, and make it more Baldwin's liking in this second half, as the Bulldogs do have the lead here, 18-7 in a very low-scoring first half. We'll check all the numbers for you when we come back right after this word from Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Halftime show brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. 18-7 is our halftime score. It's time to check the numbers. Brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. They'll help make sense of all those messy tax season dilemmas you get into, especially on the business side. Even the highly specific situations. They've seen it all. They can help it all, and they can make you feel much more at ease with your tax situation, and they'll help you meet your critical business needs to get your business to grow and succeed. And they do it all with a minimal investment. Reliable services at an affordable cost. New Frontier Tax and Business Services. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. The first half numbers here for you for Tonganoxie. 3 points from Alex Crowley. He is their leading scorer. Caleb Clark and Merrick Davenport each have 2. And the team has just 7 here at the break. For Baldwin, top scorer in that first half was Talon Torres, thanks to a pair of threes. Riker Grossner with 5, Joey Zimbecki with 3, Caleb Carr and Sam Darnell each with 2 first half points. As Baldwin knocked down 4 threes. They shot a bunch of them, in part due to the fact that the defensive style that Tonganoxie was playing, none of them were falling early, but then they made 3, I think their last 3, or was it 3 of the last 4? Either way. They started going down there towards the end of that first half, and we'll see if the second half has more of that in store for Baldwin as they look to continue to grow what is now an 11-point lead into the second half. Baldwin only had 1 first half turnover. They really did a good job taking care of the basketball despite the fact that the ball wasn't going in. You think with only 18 points that maybe it was just sloppy. They turned the ball over a bunch. That wasn't the case. The shots just simply weren't falling in that first half for Baldwin as they did do a good job taking care of the basketball. They forced 8 turnovers out of Tonganoxie. The other thing Tongi did is they didn't put Baldwin on the free throw line either. Just 2 free throw attempts. Those were both taken by Carr and both made by Carr. Tongi went 0 for 2 at the free throw line on their part. So free throw line has really been a non-factor for either side. The three-point line has been. That's where not only has Baldwin's majority of their shots come from the 3, Tonganoxie has taken majority of their shots, it feels like, from the three-point line as well, but they've only made 1 of them so far. So 18-7, that's our score here at the break as the Bulldogs looking to run that record as 6-0 as they hit the break following tonight. And then they will be back in action against the number 6 ranked Eudora Cardinals coming up on Friday, January 6th. But first things first, you got to close this one out. 1 half to go. It's 18-7. Halftime show brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Kelly Neufeld and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs here on Baldwin Sports Live, and they would love to support you and your financial future as well. If you're looking for personal service from a local agent, then go see Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Second half is next on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Off the second half, we go 18-7. Baldwin on top of Tonganoxie. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company in Baldwin City that services many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. With state-of-the-art machine tools and a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits, it's the perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by emailing jobs@riceprecision.com. Here's what we have upcoming on Baldwin Sports Live. After the break, at Eudora, January 6th. Then a pair of home games the following week. Ottawa comes to town on Tuesday, January 10th. And Lewisburg, a rematch of the Dogs and the Wildcats, coming up Friday, January 13th here in Baldwin. So you can catch all these broadcasts and more coming up in the 2023 portion of our broadcast schedule at Baldwin Sports Live. And check it out all at varsitysportslive.com. That's where you'll find not only all of our broadcasts, but the rest of our network of channels at varsitysportslive.com. You can see what's upcoming on the broadcast schedule across the entire network there. And perhaps it's maybe not just a Baldwin game that you have interest in taking in. You might find another ball game out there that piques your interest, especially as this season gets a little deeper and you start looking at potential postseason ramifications and all of that. And you can also find our schedule every week in the Baldwin City Community Newspaper. Just $5 a month to subscribe. Stop by downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street, and subscribe to your local weekly newspaper for just $5 a month. And here for the holidays before the new year, you can get the special to get a couple months off, $50 for the year. So go subscribe today to the Baldwin City Community Newspaper. 18-7 ball game as we are underway here in the second half. And Brandon Wilson goes flying in to try and get the opening salvo of this second half, but it's not to be. And now back comes Baldwin. Grossner, 15-foot pull-up. Followed it up, and this should be an easy two for Riker Grossner.
Grossner's kind of made himself into the leading rebounder of this team offensively and defensively. It really attacks the glass.
He had 10 boards in the game against Anderson County. That's his career high, but he is averaging just under 8 per game, so he has been right up around that number pretty much on a nightly basis. Last year, Riker only averaged 2.6 rebounds a game as Caleb Carr gets the steal and the lay-in. So he has really made a concerted effort to improve that aspect of his game, and with his athleticism, you knew that possibility was there for him to be a great rebounder, and the only part that really needed to add to that athleticism was just the want to go and be that tenacious rebounder, and that is certainly what he has done this year.
Yeah, I think Riker's one of those guys. He's extremely talented. He's got a lot of athleticism. Sometimes you just want him to be a little more aggressive, and he's definitely found that in him this year. He's been really aggressive on the boards and also attacking the basket and making a couple threes.
There's a guy you don't have to worry about being aggressive, Sam Darnell, but he misses that shot. He'll hustle back, and he is the second leading scorer on this team, Darnell. But he, like several, have had a tough time getting going offensively tonight. Just 2 points, coming off an 18-point effort this past Friday night in the win at Spring Hill. Led the team in scoring on that Friday night. Had 8 boards to go along with those 18 points as well. 3 by Langford. Just the second 3 of the game for Tonganoxie, who trails 22-10 here and just underway in the second half. Cooper Carr's 3 misses, but Caleb Carr keeps the possession alive with a tap out to Torres, and he is then fouled on the drive. 2 shots coming up for Talon.
That was a really nice job by Talon attacking the basket right there. He's made a couple of threes in that first half, so you know they're going to be closing out on him hard. And nice awareness there. Also to kind of jump stop, not run over the defender. It looked like he started to fall back on his own a little bit, and that's what drew the blocking foul.
Second foul on Caleb Clark. Torres came into this game just 2 out of 4 at the free throw line, so hasn't been to the stride very much this year. He goes 1 of 2 here. 7 points now for Torres, and the lead is 13 for Baldwin. A run and jump there by Torres, and it forced Crowley into a quick decision, and he throws it away. Give and go, extra pass to the corner, and Torres missed that 3 badly. It's rebounded by Langford. And then he chucks it away.
So we kind of talked about it, how Tonganoxie is going to have to come out of that game plan they had and kind of speed them up and play at a little bit more Baldwin's pace if they want to get back into this game. And you can tell that not very comfortable playing at that kind of pace.
3 turnovers already in the opening 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. Caleb Carr on the feed from Darnell. Rattles out. And a good, strong rebound there by Crowley. He was able to rip it away from Darnell, who was contesting him for that board. This is a blocking foul on Caleb Carr. That's 2 on Caleb. It's called on the floor. That will bring Joey Zimbecki back in for Baldwin. He'll replace Torres. Zimbecki, he came on, knocked down 3 back in the first quarter off of the bench. He's averaging 10.5 so far through 2 games played. Tonganoxie back to their patient half-court approach. Baldwin's done a good job not getting lulled to sleep with this monotonous offensive approach. This is Clark working in the side and blocked by Darnell. Good defense by Sam Darnell. Grossner pulls the trigger and knocks down his second tray. Season high 10 points tonight from Riker Grossner. And a timeout is taken with 4:25 left to play in the third quarter. Timeout taken by the Chieftains. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Baldwin leading 26-10 over Tonganoxie with 4:25 left to play in this third quarter. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by The Bullpen. Check out Wildcat Wednesday specials. Enjoy karaoke Thursdays. Live entertainment comes to The Bullpen on some of the Friday and Saturday nights down there. And, of course, you got sports on the televisions all weekend long. Check them out on Facebook at Bullpen Baldwin City. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Sundays from 10 to 8 at your locally owned sports bar with the classic ballpark food in downtown Baldwin City. The lead is now 16 for the Bulldogs after it was slow getting this one going tonight for them. They force another turnover here as Glover was pressured into the 12th Tonganoxie turnover of the game.
Got the brothers' Carr jump him, trap him. That's definitely something any ball handler doesn't want to see.
Feel like the start of a gangster movie, the brothers' Carr jumping him in the backcourt. Alex Crowley gets caught for his third foul. Inside, Darnell did a great job pinning the defender. Davenport didn't get the layup to go, but he'll have a chance to earn him at the line as Merrick Davenport is called for the foul. It's his first and the team's third.
You can tell Sam's a little upset at himself. He's had a couple easy layups he's missed tonight.
So Darnell goes to the line where he really struggled to start the year, but on Friday night in Spring Hill, he was a different man. Went 6 of 7 at the line against Spring Hill. He was 6 of 16 in the first 4 games of the year. And it looks like he is, at least for the moment, continued that great free throw shooting at Spring Hill as he swishes in another pair there. 28-10 Baldwin. On a 13-3 run going back into the second quarter now. Wilson misses the 3. And Grossner, how about that rebound amongst 3 Chieftains? Tongi eventually ends up with it and then trying to throw it off a Carr. Davenport, credit the hustle there by Merrick, but he was out of bounds. So what a job there by Riker Grossner. We've talked tonight on multiple occasions about his rebounding and the intensity you have to go in and get rebounds we've seen from him this year, and that was case in point right there.
About the positioning Darnell gets down there.
He's just turning into a bully inside right now, just setting up shop down low. And Carr able to find him, and that's it. If you got a big guy who's going to dig his way that deep into the post, you have to give him the ball because he doesn't want to leave, and so if you don't, he's going to end up getting called for a 3-second violation. So good job, Carr, feeding his big guy with the good positioning. Wilson up top to Langford. Back around to Crowley. Baldwin has built this lead up to 20 points now, and Tonganoxie going to start feeling some pressure at this point as Carr reaches in and commits his third foul. Braden Statham will check in for the first time tonight for the Bulldogs, one of their 4 seniors. Talon Torres has also come back on. Lachlan McCray enters for Tonganoxie.
Caleb's got to be careful now not to pick up number 4 here in this third quarter especially, and probably going to have to sit down if that happens.
Davenport. And Darnell got tripped up, and he'll end up being called for a foul. He kind of just got his feet tangled up a little bit, and it forced him to lose his footing. It's just his first. There's Davenport at the line. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Take a look at this free throw, Ryan, and tell me if it's my eyes. This ball looks like it spins sideways.
All right.
Yeah, maybe not so much. It might have just been the way that the
he was holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a foul is called on Baldwin. They called it on Zimbecki on that loose ball there. Or no, Statham, sorry. And now they send it back the other way with a foul on Tonganoxie. That one is on Brandon Wilson. 30-11. This one won't necessarily go down as a textbook game for Baldwin, but I do like the way they've responded after the really slow start, and you have to like that as well by Joey Zimbecki. Nice little English off the window, kisses it in.
That's not easy at all. Drive baseline and go up and under. A nice little reverse layup. You got to put some spin on it.
Timeout, Tonganoxie. Phil Jones gets the timeout in with his guy in trouble. That will leave the Chieftains with just one timeout. 2:38 left to play in the third. A 32-11 Baldwin lead on top of Tonganoxie. We take a look back again at tonight's State Farm Insurance game plan for this one. Don't look ahead and defend to win. And I would say that Baldwin has really done both these things, especially to defend to win. Tonight, just 11 points on the board right now for Tonganoxie, and some of that Tongi has done to themselves. They have kind of taken the air out of the ball on the offensive end on their own doing, but that can kind of lead you to just lulling you to sleep and kind of lose your intensity on the defensive end, and Baldwin has not fallen into that trap. They have continued to play very good defense throughout tonight.
Yeah, and even then we've mentioned a lot of Tonganoxie's shots have come from the outside, and you got to give Baldwin's defense a lot of credit for that. They're not allowing them to work it inside, get dribble penetration. They're forcing them to kind of shoot it from the three-point land if they want to get an open shot.
Lots of ball screens they've had to defend, as you mentioned, Ryan. That time they do go inside, and that is a fresh face on the floor. 6'6" junior Braden Folsom in for the first time and makes an immediate impact with a bucket. Foul line J there is good for Caleb Carr. It stayed basically a two-possession game throughout the majority of the first half. A late Baldwin push made it a double-digit game at the half, 18-7, and they've extended that into this second half as Statham has the board, and now they have put the pressure on this Tonganoxie team. It was looking for their first win of the year. Tongi, they're hoping that the new year will bring with it some more favorable opponents. They have played so far 4-1 Lewisburg, 5-0 Atchison, 4-1 Wamego, 4-1 Eudora, and now 5-0 Baldwin as Zembecki is able to score it on the inbound play. They get Ottawa coming out of the break on January 6th, does Tonganoxie. Baldwin with a big showdown with Eudora when they come back out of the break. This is Crowley, off balance, leaner inside. Carr tied up after he came down with that rebound. It will go to Baldwin. Grossner and Cooper Carr, along with Caden Englert, all check back in for Baldwin. Zakiah Glover returns for Tonganoxie. Caleb Carr having another one of his typical do a little bit of everything nights. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Grossner, season high 10 in the game. Sets up Torres for 3. Not this time. Davenport the rebound. Glover barreling into the paint, can't convert. It's Grossner with another rebound. Cooper deflected into the corner to Englert. Back to Statham. Fire a 3 off the heel. Offensive board for Cooper Carr. Back out to Grossner. Cooper goes baseline and did not have an angle to get that ball back up top. McCray, catch and shoot, bounces over the backboard. I thought they're going to call a foul, though, it looks like, on Braden Statham.
It's one of those tough fouls where you're just trying to box the guy out. He ends up kind of falling down, and then they get you for a push.
Clark back in, and Folsom checks out of the lineup. Nice inbound play there. It gets an easy look for Crowley. 36-15 with under 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Englert open to the corner. He'll hold on to it with 15 to go.
These are some of the times where I'm very interested to see who kind of takes charge when Caleb Carr is out of the game. Don't see it too often, but
Grossner attacks, and with 1.7 left, the Bulldogs will have a baseline inbound.
Been so good all year on these out-of-bounds plays. See if they can't get something quick here. Only 1.7, got to get it up quick.
Grossner will trigger it. Torres, catch and shoot. And we have reached the end of 3 with Baldwin on top of Tonganoxie, 36-15 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
36-15 lead for Baldwin as we start the fourth quarter tonight. Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land, online at haydenoutdoors.com. Visit with your local Baldwin City brokers, Chad and Penny Sheldon. To find your next dream property, or perhaps you're interested in listing a farm, a ranch, recreational property, and the best in the business, Hayden Outdoors. That's the name to know. This is Glover off the handoff, lost his footing for a moment as Tonganoxie is going to need to make A lot of headway here in this fourth quarter. Grossner eventually called for the foul after he knocked it free once. He thought he had earned a jump ball, but he has called for the personal foul instead. And it will lead to free throws for Merrick Davenport. First personal on Grossner, 17th foul. Davenport to the line where he is just 1 out of 4 tonight. Does knock down both of those. Baldwin scored as many third quarter points as they did first half points. They had 18 at the break. They score 18 in that third quarter to help balloon the lead. And now trying to close out Tonganoxie in this fourth quarter and remain unbeaten. Grossner shuffles it off to Darnell, and Clark got a piece of that. High pass for Langford. He had to try to just keep it in play. Ends up turning it over, and then Clark commits the foul. Or check that, Davenport commits the foul. Some full court pressure from Tonganoxie as their sense of urgency has gone up a tick now with this fourth quarter. The clock becoming their biggest enemy. It started about as scripted as you could have hoped if you're Tonganoxie, keeping Baldwin in check, keeping this pace slowed down. The only thing they didn't do was they didn't score. When they had their chances, with Baldwin struggling to score early on, Tonganoxie unable to score as well. Otherwise, they could have made this game quite interesting tonight. 3 by Torres, misfires. Clark the rebound.
Yeah, I think Tonganoxie kind of knew if they were going to have a chance tonight, it was going to have to take a big effort defensively and also a poor shooting night from the Bulldogs. But that hasn't really been the case. They've gotten a lot of open looks and missed a couple, but they've made enough that not really letting Tonganoxie do much except get to the free throw line on their end. It's been enough to open up about a 20-point lead here.
Clark at the line here after the second foul on Sam Darnell. Well, 36-19. 6:45 to play. Torres doubled. They bring it back up top. Yeah, it was probably a travel, but Caleb gets away with it. Looked like he kind of had a little hop there on that stop, but won't apologize for it. 38-19. His car knocks down the bucket. He has 8.
Sometimes when you're really good, you get some calls. Ask James Harden, those guys.
Clark. Back up top it comes. Glover wants it in the corner. And that three way off the mark, but an offensive board by Davenport. A contested shot, but Davenport gets that one to go. 38-21. 5.5 to play. Grossner, he's able to glide through with the benefit perhaps of an extra half step again, but good move there by Riker.
A nice finger roll finish.
And he is up to a dozen points, season high, 2 shy of his career high now. And now he draws a charge. So doing it on both ends. Riker Grossner, 12 points, 6 rebounds in this game, and takes a charge right there. Third foul on Merrick Davenport. He'll check out for a moment, and back in comes Brandon Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, Grossner has really emerged as another one of those glue guys that's just really important. I've talked a lot about Sam Darnell and everything he does, brings to this team. Riker Grossner is right up there as well.
Riker. Offensive board by Caleb. Torres will try it. Another Bulldog offensive rebound. This time it's Cooper Carr. And Torres from a little closer can't get it to drop. Wide open for Langford. Darnell's lost a shoe, and Langford splashes home a three. A timeout taken by Tonganoxie, their final timeout. And we have 4:29 left to play in this ball game. 40-24, Baldwin's lead. Still just sitting there at 16. I mean, they are certainly not in the clear yet, but Tonganoxie has plenty of work to do down the stretch of this ball game. And the Bulldogs looking to get to 6-0. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Bryce Kessler, Ryan Hilmer with you from Baldwin High School tonight. 40-24. The Baldwin boys on top of Tonganoxie with 4:29 left to play here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Baldwin girls cruised to a 67-29 win earlier tonight to run their record of 4-2. And now the boys hoping to remain unbeaten. Carr gets knocked to the floor and is fouled. The World Cup just ended, but the Bulldogs would have rather that been played advantage. They had a layup with Sam Darnell, but they don't play that in basketball. Carr to the line. Carr's thinking, I was maybe too aggressive on the box out for Brandon Wilson, but knocks them both down. Caleb into double figures for the 6th straight game to start the season. Double down on the post. It comes back out to Wilson, but his three misses. Good rebound there by Glover. Give him another chance. Wilson now from the right corner, and Grossner clears it for Baldwin. Blocking foul is called on Crowley as he tried to slide in on Caleb Carr on that catch. So back to the line goes Caleb on what will be the 8th team foul charged to Tonganoxie. And for Crowley, that is his 5th, so he'll exit with 4:01 to go. Back in comes Merrick Davenport. Carr only 69% now at the free throw line after he had a rough day at the office shooting free throws for some reason against Spring Hill on Friday night. But he is back to his typical self in this one. 6 out of 6 at the charity stripe tonight.
It was the lighting in the gym.
Must have been.
That's what I'll put it on.
Well, it was good lighting if you ask Sam Darnell.
Yeah.
Caleb almost able to knock that ball free, and then Cooper Carr, I believe, is going to get called for that foul. He does. So it's his 3rd. And the 9th team foul, 1-1 for Tonganoxie. Talon Langford will shoot him. .8 lead, 3:37 to go. Carr to Carr. And Cooper connects.
That's good to see. We talked a little bit about his struggles from three-point range. It's good to see that one go in for Coop.
Caleb Carr with a steal. He's got his brother ahead, who gives it right back, and the finger all up and in. How about it? Caleb to Cooper and back to Caleb.
Put that one on the highlight reel. That was nice.
(49-26) Bulldogs. And now Zimbecki steps in for the steal. Joey let the defender blow by, but then Grosner has to try to clean it up, and he is mauled with 2:49 to go.
It's got to kind of feel like when it rains, it pours right now for Tonganoxie. Just so hard to even get an open look at all offensively. Turnover numbers really starting to pile up for Tongi.
Wilson checks out, and back in, or rather in for the first time, comes Cater Albert. Baldwin can't quite secure that offensive rebound. But they end up getting it back anyway because of the effort by Caleb once again. Then they turn it back over. And then Carr this time gets called for the foul. Trying to reach in there and grab another steal. 5 more steals tonight for Carr to go along with 6 boards, 4 assists, and 14 points. He commits his 4th foul there. And it'll be 2 shots coming up for Langford. The ball's been up by 23 at this point, 2:34 to go. Hasn't come necessarily easy for them, but yet here they are. They're going to go over that 50-point mark yet again. And second half has looked a lot more like the Bulldog basketball we've watched the first 5 games this year. Pair of free throws makes it 49-28. 2.5 to go. Darnell rips it right back, and Cooper Carr lays it in. Glover gives it down to Davenport. Hits the foul away, 51-30. Quick run out the other side for Darnell. Gets 2 right back, 53-30. Albert, long lob across the floor, intercepted by Cooper Carr. Up to Caleb Carr. And he lays another one in for the Bulldogs. Baldwin getting out and running now in this second half.
Feels like the final buzzer couldn't come quick enough if you're Tonganoxie. Just everything kind of snowballing on him.
Caleb Carr, the rebound. He'll walk the ball up here as Bulldogs lead it by 25 with 1:15 to go. Timeout, Baldwin. And this is simply to get some subs into the game. So the night is over for this starting group of Baldwin that had to work their way, persevere through a bit of a slow start tonight. But once they got going, they got going. And they are now up by 25. And they come into this game. We've talked so much about how efficient and good this offense has been this year. They're averaging 62 points a game, and here they are in the end. They're basically right there to their average, despite the fact that they had 18 points in the first half, and they were sitting on 6 points with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter still.
Yeah, that's why you don't panic too much if you don't have a very good shooting night in the first half, because you got a whole nother half of basketball to correct that. But law of averages with a good team, good basketball team like this, that usually evens out in the end.
And especially when the defensive pressure and the defensive intensity stays up, and that has all game long. So in for the first time tonight, Colton Collum, number 31. Statham, Schoenberger, Engler, and Nye all back in for the Bulldogs. Here's a foul against Braden Folsom of Tonganoxie, so that will stop play and send Braden Statham to the free throw line for a couple of shots here with 1:10 to go. So Statham will look for his first points of the year. And he's got it with a free throw there. One of 4 seniors on this Bulldog team. And this senior group is putting together what has the makings for a pretty special senior season. Caleb Carr, Sam Darnell, Caden Englert, and Braden Statham, these 4 Bulldog seniors. And they are off to what will be official in a minute, a 6-0 start. Runner by Owen Schmidt. Statham for 3. Offensive rebound by Collin, and he's fouled. So they won't let it in. Collin will go to the free throw line. Only a freshman, good size, you can see it, 6'5". 4 points, 3 rebounds in his debut against Anderson County. Garrett McLaughlin is now checked in for Baldwin. McLaughlin, a 6'1" sophomore. He had 3 points opening night against Paola. This is Schoenberger on an offensive rebound and a putback. 60-32, Baldwin with under 40 seconds to go. And McLaughlin with a steal. Garrett jumps in front, goes coast to coast, and lays it in for the Bulldogs. Well, how about that? Off the bench with a great effort play there by Garrett McLaughlin, the theft and the bucket. And it's a 30-point Bulldog lead. Final 10 seconds here in Baldwin tonight. The Bulldogs headed to 6-0. Three-pointer swished in. A buzzer 3 to end the night for Tonganoxie. Kyle Johnson knocks down the tray. 62-35, that's your final. Baldwin 6-0 to start the season as Tongi drops to 0-5. Our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game is coming up next, along with all the final numbers from this one right after this. You've been watching Bulldog Basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
62-35, your final tonight from Baldwin as the Baldwin Bulldogs improve to 6-0 with this victory tonight. Tonganoxie dropping to 0-5 with the loss. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. We talked about him throughout this broadcast. He get one of the big shots to get things going, take the lid off the hoop in that second quarter, and then continue to dominate the glass as the Bulldogs' leading rebounder tonight. 12 points, 8 boards from Riker Grossner tonight. He's our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game as it continues kind of the trend for Baldwin this year. Lots of different guys have been given this honor throughout this season as somebody else seems to step up on every given night. And tonight, Grosvenor, a big part of the reason the Bulldogs were able to kind of get this thing rolling their way in the second half.
Yeah, I mentioned in that fourth quarter there that Grosvenor's really played well. He's kind of established himself as a glue guy similar to Sam Darnell on this team, and I think might be a little bit insulting to Grosvenor because he's very athletic. He's got a lot of talent, and he showed tonight that he can really contribute a lot to this team and take over a game if he really has to. He hit a couple threes there. We haven't really seen that from him, but he's been really aggressive on the boards. As we've mentioned, he's leading the team in rebounds, so overall, defensively as well, he does really well helping out, staying in front of the ball handlers, and everybody on this Baldwin team does well defensively, communicating, moving their feet. So fun night tonight, 62-35, able to go into the break and thinking a little happier about things, 6-0.
Fourth time in 6 games that Grosvenor has had at least 8 rebounds this year for the Bulldogs, and he adds a season-high 12 points as well tonight. He's tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today to set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. Back after the break for the final numbers. We'll wrap things up after this here on Baldwin Sports Live. 62-35, your final. Baldwin wins it over Tongi.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
62-35, your final tonight here in Baldwin as the Bulldogs improve to 6-0 with the victory over the Tonganoxie Chieftains. It's time to check the numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City, online at newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. The Bulldogs had 2 guys in double figures tonight. Caleb Carr, 16 to lead the way. He has scored double figures in all 6 games so far this year. And then Riker Grosvenor with a season-high 12 points tonight, leading the scoring. But they got lots of contributions. Joey Zembecki with 7 off the bench. Talon Torres, another 7 for him. Cooper Carr with 5 points. Leo Schoenberger with 2. Garrett McLaughlin with 2 points tonight. Colton Collin with 1. Braden Statham with 2. And Sam Darnell ended up with another 8 points tonight for the Bulldogs. Grosvenor led the team on the glass, 8 boards. Caleb Carr with 7. Cooper Carr added 5. Cooper Carr had 4 assists. Caleb Carr had 4 assists to lead the way there for the Bulldogs, who were really good in the turnover department. I had them under 5 turnovers overall in this game tonight. That would be a season best if that's the official number. So an excellent job there, and they forced Tonganoxie into 20 turnovers in this game. So you win the turnover margin by around 15. You're gonna do pretty well on most nights, and that was the case here this evening. The Bulldogs also doing well at the free throw line, 10 of 13 in this game at the free throw line. That's been an area where they could certainly show some improvement as this season goes on. The last couple of games they have certainly shown that improvement. So big win tonight for the Bulldogs to get to 6-0. It continues their best start since 2013. They started 7-0 that season on their way to an 18-4 finish. This year's team, all the makings of perhaps a similar type of a season, but they will certainly have a test coming back after the break. Their first game back from the break will be January 6th, a Friday night, right here on Baldwin Sports Live, and they will hit the road to take on number 6 ranked Eudora. So it'll be 9 versus 6, pending the new poll and the new rankings that come out, but it'll be a good one coming back after the Christmas break. for Baldwin at Eudora. It'll be Baldwin at 6-0, Eudora at either 4-1 or perhaps 5-1. They were 4-1 coming into tonight. I'm not sure what they did tonight, but either way, going to be a good game there. So great night all around for the Bulldogs. The girls win it in running away fashion, 67-29. And the boys, kind of the same, 62-35 on their end, albeit a slower start, but an electric finish. 44 second half points for Baldwin in this game after having just 18 at the half. For Ryan Hilmer, I'm Bryce Kessler. That will wrap things up for us until the new year. This is Bryce Kessler saying good night from Baldwin. You've been watching Bulldog Basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jabats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce.